Hey, can I get a cup of coffee over here? It's like my father told me, Morty. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This live streaming racket can be the ticket, but there will always be someone looking to take over as the boss. Watch yourself, Morty. There are other families in the live stream world that don't play by any code of conduct as our family does.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Morty's Diner, the show that I do because it puts me to sleep. Tonight is a B&B special. Brandy and Benzo's special, combined with my monotone, dreary voice. I'll be asleep in about 15 minutes. Just long enough to do a quick TV show review. Hey, Dr. Bob's Nightmare, good evening. Good to see you. Why aren't you over on the other show? Maybe you are. You know, that network goes 24/7. It's unbelievable, but true. Hey, Spring, despite the quality of the show, the great direction, the intricate plots, and the amazing performances, there's a dark secret to 24. How about that? Okay, well, interesting comment. So let's get it started. Hey, you know what would be a good idea? Put a picture on the screen. I think that would be pretty decent to do. Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so and the invite link is up if anybody watching would like to join the panel. We can talk about anything, but I'm going to start off with a review of the cable show 24. I don't remember what year it was from, 2000 something, doesn't matter. And season 1, episode 1 was free on YouTube on some guy's channel. And I searched around if I could find it for free on any other platform. It's available, but on many platforms, but you got to pay for it. And at this time, I haven't decided if it's worth, investing money into it. Hello, Bart. I got a new pair of socks today. Wow. That's more interesting than my review of 24. Anytime you want to come on the panel and talk about your socks, that'd be great. Thank you. Spring. That secret was that 24 was sponsored by the CIA as an attempt to get the American people behind the war on terror in general and use of torture specifically. Really, that's very interesting. I haven't done any background reading on 24 at all. I just went into it cold, watching episode 1 of season 1. Okay, so I'll begin the review, knowing nothing about the show at all. Last night or night before that, the show came up. Aussie Expat told me it was a really good show. He really liked it. And so I said, okay, well, I'll check it out. And I found somebody posted the first episode on YouTube on their channel. Everything else, I couldn't find it anywhere else to continue. You got to pay for it, like I said. So anyway, so it stars Kiefer Sutherland, who I've seen him in one or two films. Uh, okay. Apparently, the show ran for a long time, like 9 seasons or something. I don't remember, but yeah, I remember when it was on. But when I saw Kiefer Sutherland was the star at that time, it just didn't interest me to check it out. Anyway, so I watched it, and here are my just comments about the show in no particular order. Everybody who works at the CIA counterterrorism, it's the B and B kicking in, at the counterterrorism unit is extremely young. Okay, next comment. All these young counterterrorism CIA people, they all dress like a college kid, at the Portland State University, if you know what I mean. It's hard to believe. I don't know, but it's hard to believe that the people defending this country against terrorism are a bunch of 25-year-old kids, who dress like hash-crazed Portland State University kids, All right. I understand why they do that. They want to attract that target demographic, so they want young people in the show. I get it, but all right. So the show story is Kiefer Sutherland is some kind of like super counterterrorism CIA group leader or something. He's a real go-to guy. He's got a wife and a little kid, a little daughter. I mean, that's the setup. Okay. You got a presidential candidate who, of course, is black, played by the actor who did the Allstate insurance commercials, Dennis Haysbert. I was never interested in that guy's acting at all. I mean, he's been around a long time, but he just never intrigued me as an actor. But I guess he's functional or serviceable, I like his wife, the lady who plays his wife. She looks good. I've seen her somewhere before, but I don't know where. But I would do her. Yeah, no question about that. What's on all of these spy dramas and police dramas, and I don't know why they do this. I mean, I do and I don't. This particular episode or 24, the series, the movie Heat with Al Pacino, and on and on and on. The lead character, the detective, the spy, whoever, they always, highlight, do a lot of scenes of the wife and the family life, the troubled daughter, screwed up marriage, problems with the wife at home. That was to me, the biggest drawback of Michael Mann's Heat. The woman who played Al Pacino's wife in that movie was what a boring, annoying, tiresome character, woman. I mean, Heat, I'm not anyone to tell Michael Mann how to make a movie, but if they cut out all the scenes of Al Pacino's home life with the daughter and his annoying wife, annoying, tiresome wife, if they cut all those scenes out, the movie would have been twice as good, 3 times as good. I don't know why they always have to show the lead guy's home life. It means nothing. Even in Donnie Brasco, which was an excellent film. I've seen it many times. They've got the scenes of him with his wife, Anne Hesh. Right away, it's just tiresome, boring. Nobody wants to see Anne Hesh in the movie. Nobody. Okay. So I would have said the same thing to the director. This movie's great. Cut out all the scenes of his home life with Anne Hesh and his children. Nobody cares, and it drags down from the main part of the movie. We know he's got a home life. We don't care. Now, I got to hand it to Jack Webb, who did Dragnet for like 3 decades, radio and TV and movies. He never did any episodes of, him at home, him with the girlfriend, him on a date. Just casually talked about it. It wasn't a main focus or a key focus of the character of Sergeant Friday. Nobody gives a shit about Joe Friday's home life. He doesn't have a home life. We don't want to know about his home life. We want to see him, investigate the case and arrest the criminal. And do the car chase. All right, and talk on the police radio. And Dragnet was tight. Each 30-minute episode or whatever, it was very tight because it starts off at the police station. They go on the case. They investigate. They do the legwork. What legwork? There's legwork, baby. They do the legwork, and he's got his partner. And at the end of the show, they crack the case and they arrest the guy. And you don't need to waste time, with him talking on the phone. Anyway, in 24, there's multiple times where he's investigating this case, which is the potential assassination of the presidential candidate, played by the guy I mentioned. Okay, and that's the story. That's the whole story. And his boss, Kiefer Sutherland's boss, gives him A1 top priority. Drop everything. Get on this case starting now. Okay, there we go. What does he do? He walks back to his desk. He picks up his phone. He starts talking to his wife. How you doing, honey? Have you heard from the daughter yet? Where is she? Well, I'll call you back. What is this? It doesn't make any sense. He just got this A1 top priority to stop a presidential candidate assassination. And who knows what. And then the first thing he does is he gets on the phone. He calls his wife. Hey, honey, how you doing? I just wanted to check in. And I think he calls her back 3 or 4 more times. Now, I understand he's got a wife and the teenage daughter who's kind of a fuckwit, But, and they got to build this up over over year after year after year. I understand that. And they want the daughter character to appeal to, college girls watching the show. I get it. But it's just, in Boardwalk Empire, when we saw the character of Nookie Johnson, played by Steve Buscemi, we didn't see his bullshit of him on the phone with the girlfriend. Hey, I'll call you back. I got to make a deal later. Let's go out to dinner. I'll see you later. Maybe catch a movie. It wasn't like that. I'm not praising Boardwalk Empire necessarily, but I mean, the producer director had the priorities right. Let's deal with the character and the story. Who gives a shit about his home life? It's just weakens the story and slows it down. And anyway, Spring, Dr. Bob. Cops have stressed marriages, high divorce. Well, we know that, but when you put it in a movie, it just drags the shit out of the story. Spring, Victoria Newland and Robert Kagan most likely made love while watching 24 and climaxing to the torture scenes. I don't know anything about what that comment means, Spring. So, okay. The scenes of Robert Duvall's wife in Falling Down were critical to character development. He had a screwed up mental case kind of wife, really needy. And well, in that story, it was about him to retire. He was going to retire, and even his boss, the captain, told him, look, I don't give a shit if you retire or not, but I got to tell you, I want you to stay on the job, but frankly, I don't give a shit if you stay or not. And his wife wants him to retire, and he doesn't want to retire, and that's the conflict. So it made sense. There's some conflict there, which drives the character in the story a bit. So, okay, I'll give that okay. But right, okay. Um. Anyway, so he's on the phone yakking with his wife. Hey, honey, just want to check. Anyway. So he gets moving on to the case and snooping around. In the meanwhile, we see this airplane heading from Europe to Los Angeles. There's a guy on it who claims to be a photographer, and there's a supermodel, a sexy woman sitting next to him in the first class seat. Starts to flirt with him and whatever, and it's immediately obvious she's the bad guy. Okay, it's not him; it's her. It's just obvious. Yeah. But anyway, that's just my take from having watched hundreds of thousands of hours of movies and TV and stuff. But yeah, the assassin, the woman is just clearly she's going to be the bad guy, not this photographer guy who we don't know who he is yet. He may be or may not be. He may just be a photographer, but they got to drag this out over some number of years, so but it's obvious but anyway, but the audience of 18-year-olds watching this, they don't understand that it's just a standard plot, a gimmick. She's going to be the killer, but anyway, okay. But I knew that right away. So they go in the bathroom and they have sex in the bathroom. I guess required for the juvenile audience watching the show. They need to have the bathroom sex scene on the airplane. That's required. If they didn't have that scene, would that mean anything? No, but they have to put it in because they feel, well, we got to have the sex scene. Anyway, so they have the sex in the bathroom, and then they go back to the seat. So you got two stories going now. You got three stories. You got the wife and the screwed up teenage daughter who's out on a date. Okay. You got Kiefer Sutherland at the office there, the CIA counterterrorism office in L.A., working on some case, in between calling his wife every 5 minutes, How you doing, honey? You okay? Have you heard from... Anyway, okay. And then you got this airplane lady who he then goes and up to the first class stewardess, a flight attendant area, and knocks out the flight attendant with a syringe. She installs a bomb on the captain's cabin door, and then she puts on a parachute suit and a helmet, and she sets off the bomb, and she blows out of the plane and parachutes down to who knows where that would be in episode 2. All right, so you got three stories going. The plane, which we find out crashed somewhere in the desert, Nevada desert or something, they said. And then you got Kiefer Sutherland investigating this potential assassination, and you got the screwy family story. And a lot of talk there. You got a corrupt CIA guy who Kiefer immediately detects this guy's crooked and knocks him out with a 30-minute knockout syringe. And within 30 minutes, he performs world-class miraculous computer hacking. And they find out the guy's crooked. He took $200,000. And like an intelligent, brilliant CIA operative, he put it in his own bank account, which can be easily traced. I mean, But anyway, okay. And, we have a guest. Okay, let's bring on a guest.
Hey,
Aussie Expat.
Continue.
There you are. Okay, let me change the screen. Great, okay.
Pretty recently, so.
Yeah. So this is episode 1, season 1 that I saw. Okay. And so this already we have a crooked CIA agent and then others which he previously had arrested as part of his job of finding some dirty CIA agents and turned them in. Anyway, so Rufus, isn't this show a bit dated? Well, I've only just started the first episode. It's from 2011, I think. I don't remember. So yeah, it's dated. But,
yeah, it's getting dated. It's on the cusp
getting dated.
No longer being
right.
relevant.
Yeah.
You got to think this is post 9/11 terrorism.
Yeah. Well, it would have been more exciting or gripping then, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happens? He finds out the plane crashed in the desert, and so now you got these stories going on. Then he's wondering, is this connected to the presidential candidate assassination or not or what. And then the girl, it turns out, who was out partying in the San Fernando Valley with these two drug-smoking kids and another girlfriend, turns out when she wants to go home that they kidnap her in their van, and the parents, the mother and the boy's father, they're looking for their kid, which would never happen. The kids are out all night long, and the parents aren't getting in the car looking for them. That's absurd. But anyway, okay. And we don't know where the girl's going to be taken and why she was kidnapped. So that goes into the episode
Wait,
2.
what were you saying would not happen?
When the teenage girl goes out on a date on a
Yeah.
school night, and she's out like at midnight,
Yeah.
the mom is not going to get in her car and go driving around looking for her. You might be different. You might disagree, but I don't see that happening. I think she would just be on. She would tell her husband, "Where the hell is that? You know, I'm going to smash her face when she comes home." But she's not going to get in the car and go looking for her. I just don't believe that would happen. But you know, they have to do that because they have that critical scene where she and the boy's father intersect with the car at midnight on the road. The van passes them as she's making the turn onto the same street.
Yeah.
So they just have. So that's
I think she's pretty young.
She's 17, I think, in the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't believe the parent would get in their car at midnight and go looking for her. I mean, but anyway, that's a fine point that only I would come up with. Rufus first aired in 2001. Really?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that's a long time ago, 24 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But it's also the year after September 11.
Right.
It's
I get it.
nuts.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. So so that's the end of episode 1. I did look around. I couldn't find it for free anywhere else. It was just that first episode that was free. It's on multiple platforms,
I
but
think it's
at
on
this
Hulu,
point,
but
it's on Hulu and a bunch of other places. But I'm not motivated at this time to pay for it. Eventually, the whole thing will be for free on YouTube or somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. There's a lot of TV shows that never sort of.
Well, that's true too, of course. Yeah. Personally,
did you find any of the fact that it was in real time remotely intriguing?
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah.
That blew me away when I first saw.
So that
episode
explains,
1.
I guess, why it's called
actually-
24. They're covering an entire situation, each episode, in 24 hours. Would that be correct?
Each season is one day.
Oh, each season's one day, so you get 24 episodes, maybe.
Yeah.
1 hour each. Okay, well that's good. That's a good gimmick. Okay. Kiefer Sutherland, this is just my own opinion. Very lightweight. Okay, very lightweight actor. As a comparison, what's his name? Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, yeah.
In the 2 movies I've seen him in, No Country for Old Men. I really liked him in that. That was the first time I ever saw him. He was very
really
watchable and good. Okay, and Sicario, Day of the So he was terrifically good. I mean, really good. And he carried the gravitas and the weight of his character. He really portrayed that well. I don't see that at all in Kiefer Sutherland. I just see a lightweight, an actor who's more lightweight than Kevin Costner, or Tom Selleck.
I'd say you're accurate, but you got to put in context. This is a TV show.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I get it.
I think the show is actually very well written.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you think the cast is incredible or not it's probably just par for TV. I mean, think about like Star Trek.
Well, I mean, he's no worse or better than Chuck Norris as Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
But that show is just obviously, come home from
But the
work,
character
open
is
up a
far
beer,
less
and pass
interesting.
out on the couch watching Walker, Texas Ranger. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the character is far less interesting.
well, correct.
I would put 24 in a similar category to Star Trek. In that,
Really?
look,
Okay. Well, I've only
a
seen
lot
one
of the-
episode, so yeah,
a lot of the actors aren't absolutely incredible,
correct.
but the situations and the moral dilemmas and outcomes that are presented are like I've never seen it done anywhere else.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, and it's a really touchy subject, like terrorism and
Yeah.
counterterrorism.
Well,
just
it's
in
amazing you mentioned Star Trek as a reference, because the Star Trek pilot with Jeffrey Hunter, who played Captain Pike, I never cared for those 2 episodes, but Kirk from the get go, he was just terrific and very watchable.
Yeah,
Even
the original
Spock in the
series.
first episode was very rough. He hadn't gotten it yet, but
Yeah,
it really developed quickly, and the shows were, with 1 or 2 rare episodes. I mean, the shows were really fun and exciting, and they really moved
yes,
along. And the acting was except for Shatner, with the Bill Shatner technique, um, and Sulu and Chekhov were much more minor characters. But
very
some
minor.
of the scenes were very compelling and dramatic. It was very good. I
No,
really
the
liked it.
writing original Star Trek's very,
Oh
very
yeah,
good.
very good. Yeah.
There's a few episodes that are not very good from a perspective of world building, because it's like, okay, this particular being you encounter is basically a god. It's kind of crazy. So they encounter things that are like far more significant than they should in like a first season, but it's very good. Like, but
Yeah.
So 24, the things that I like are
Yeah.
really built around the editing and the story, that they've done very, very well to move it along. And it's one of the first TV series that is completely the antithesis of episodic, as in there are no resets on this show. It's start to finish one day, and so it sort of keeps this tension the whole way through. There's a lot of like premises that are cliche that they completely destroy, like the whole like ticking time bomb cliche, or there's a nuclear weapon cliche, that sort of thing. And you think you've seen it before, and they completely annihilate your expectations on this
If
show.
you can recall back to when you first watched 24, were you, after the first episode, were you like, okay, I'm going to watch the second episode, or did you just say, well, maybe, I don't know? Were you into it right away?
I'd say I think it builds. It sort of isn't. It's not all there by the first episode. It's not a flaw.
Yeah, right.
It's just that they're not gonna it's very hard to front load a really
Oh,
good
yeah.
story.
Well, I mean, even
around
Sopranos' first episode really didn't work. I mean, it
yeah.
wasn't there. I mean, all the characters were not
I think
established.
from a technical perspective, episode 1 of season, day 1, 24 is very, very good from a technical perspective. Like, they keep it moving. They onboard you to 4 or 5 parallel storylines very quickly. And the intrigue is like, how is this all going to collide? It's sort of a little bit cliche from that storyline trope. You got like 4 or 5 storylines, but how do they interact? And they will. So it's pretty tried and true way of doing that. So it's very well written as well.
Okay.
I would say.
Now, what I think of is the first 2 episodes of Miami Vice, and just from the first
unwatchable.
episode,
Yeah.
that was extraordinarily good. I mean, it was excellent, outstanding. Okay.
I'm not so sure. I mean, for sure, Miami Vice changed over the course of its
definitely
run, as in the first few episodes, it's a lot more PI, cop show type cliche, but then it sort of evolved into more of a vibe, quote unquote.
Well, the last season really fell apart completely, but the pilot 2-part episode was absolutely remarkably good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was, and you could watch it right now, and it would be just terrific.
I've
The only
got a
thing wrong
Blu-ray,
with the pilot
I've
2-part
watched it
episode
recently.
was they used that Phil Collins song, who, of course, at the time was huge. And I hate that song, whatever it's called. But yeah, anyway.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think that Miami Vice sort of shifted more and more towards being more of a vibe thing rather than some sort of procedural cop thing. And it actually gained in stature by doing so, by being more about, how would I say, this sort of feels thing. It wasn't really
Okay,
sort of
yeah, but
episodic
there
police
were
drama.
many episodes that were police investigating kind of cases episodes, and those I recall them, and they were very, very good.
Right.
You know, I mean, really good. But there were episodes of original Star Trek and of Miami Vice that were just awful. But that's when you're making 100 shows or
Yeah,
more,
yeah, yeah. But
obviously.
I
Yeah.
would say that 24 doesn't have a single bad episode.
Okay. Yeah. So my
Like
overall
it's
review of a score is it's not bad. I didn't dislike it. Uh, I would have preferred different actors. Did you notice that everybody in this CIA counterterrorism unit looked like they were 25 years old, 26? And they're in these
um
incredibly highly responsible CIA positions. Isn't that like? And I understand that they're going for
yeah.
the teenage 20-something audience, so they don't
Well,
want.
Jack isn't that young.
Well, yeah, but everybody else there looks like they just graduated college, and they're all
Right.
dressed like that as well. And I would be very depressed if that's actually what CIA counterterrorism unit people were actually like. But I know it's a TV show.
I
Yeah.
think it wouldn't be that far, honestly. I don't think anyone who does that sort of field type stuff is going to do it long into, you know what I mean? They eventually get promoted.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. Well,
the so and CTU is like specifically just counterterrorism. So I'd imagine it looks like that. Like you remember Sicario, like the head FBI agent. She's very young, like
well, yeah, but
21.
the field guys, Josh Brolin and his partners on his team, and
Oh yeah,
Benicio del Toro. These guys were hard and tough,
yeah. They
and
were a
I really
completely
believed them in their characterization. Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I mean these guys, they're serious. And Kiefer Sutherland and his colleagues look like people working at Starbucks to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, for sure, like in Sicario, these are people who are at the end game,
Yeah,
basically. But that's certainly not the case of CTU. CTU is like an agency that has only existed for like a couple of years, 1 year or something like that.
yeah.
Like
Well,
it's a brand new agency. It's not the CIA. It's a
yeah, I
brand
understand.
new agency. So
Okay. Well, it's
um,
yeah.
I expected, yeah, I don't think it's, and most of it's very technical. So I do expect that to be
Well, yeah,
relatively.
you got those computer expert guys, so they would have to be in recent Caltech graduates who the CIA hired, obviously, and stuff like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. I just would I watch season 2 and more if it were free on YouTube? Yeah, I'd watch another episode.
You
So
should
it's
get
not
into
like I
just
didn't like
downloading
it or
stuff.
I hated it. It's just
Yeah, yeah. You
nah.
don't have access. Yeah, I
Well, I
would.
mean, I can buy it, but I don't think it's.
No, I wouldn't. I mean,
No,
it's
I
very
don't see that
expensive.
happening. Yeah.
You should get into downloading stuff. I don't watch anything on any streaming service these days.
Well, how would I download it if I don't pay for it to download it?
You don't pay for it.
Okay, well, that's technology skills that I don't know how to do that.
I
Okay.
maybe we'll talk.
Okay,
But
right.
yeah, I don't pay. I don't do any of the streaming
Well, you
stuff.
know all
I
about that
can't
stuff. I
I
don't.
can't stand like the ads and the interface and everything. I just want to. I just want to watch what I want to watch, and that's
Yeah, yeah. Well, I find there's so much for free. Yeah, there would be commercials, but Amazon, Pluto, which is full of commercials, Tubi, which is really good. It's tremendous selection just on those three, and then Internet Archive and Daily Motion, and I mean, it's just unbelievable the amount of free stuff that's out there. I mean,
yeah.
with commercials, I understand.
But with yeah, I mean, I made the mistake of watching Endgame. So I was in Reno, and then the hotel room, and there was thunderstorms outside, and I made the mistake of watching Endgame. Like we said, we've been a month and a half on the road, let's sit down and watch a movie, because we actually had a pretty good screen inside the suite.
Yeah.
And it, like, Endgame's already a long movie, but I think we started watching at 6 p.m. and then it didn't finish until like 10:30 p.m. just because of how many ads they inserted into the bloody thing. It was insane.
I don't know Endgame at all. So.
Oh, that's Avengers, the last
Oh, I
Avengers
see.
movie.
Original manipulator. Jack wasn't in the army. You mean Jack Bauer? Is that what you mean? Jock. Oh, we got a troll here. Okay.
Oh, Jock. Oh, okay.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Friday, Saturday night, 12 o'clock midnight, and somebody masturbating on my show here. Yeah. Okay, manipulator. Very good. Spring and Fialta. Tony Almeida had gravitas. Now, who was that?
He's the guy in CTU. Like, there's
Was that the crooked agent who he gave
no,
drug to, the knockout syringe to?
No, so that
Okay.
was his superior.
Well, he did pretty good job. He was believable.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, Tony Almeida's the other guy. One
Big
of the
boss.
Jacks. No. He's below Jack. One of Jack's reports.
Oh, one of the computer hacker guy. One of the guys. Okay.
Well, yeah, he does technical stuff, but
I don't know. I don't recall who that is. Hello,
Okay.
Mac Lobster. Yeah.
no, you'll see. Like, they break every mold in 24. Like,
Okay.
every single thing that you think is cliche, they'll take it, and then they'll destroy it. Like, and it's not cheap, as in like, oh, it's easy to, just Deus Ex Machina to do something else, or why? No, they will sit and live in the bed that they created when
Right.
they do something.
Okay. Now you don't have to reveal what happened, but
Yeah,
the-
I cannot.
no.
Like, I'd love to give
The
you
sexy
examples,
woman on the airplane who seduces the photographer guy, when they're in the airplane bathroom having sex, she stole his wallet. And then we see her when she's in the cabin up front after she knocked out the flight attendant. She pulled out from his wallet what looked like some kind of ID card or a pass
yeah.
or something. So and that was just shown for a second. So clearly that figures into the following episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe she uses that pass to gain access to the hotel where the presidential candidate is, or the luncheon where he's giving the speech, and something like that. Whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So there's a lot of things that they do that sort of really breaks what you expect. So there's a lot of characters that you think the show's invested in, and they might end up dead.
Right. I see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I
might
was.
be-
Yeah.
There might be certain situations where you're like, oh, like, how's Jack going to save this one? And then it's like, oh, he didn't. He didn't
Yeah,
save this one at all. It's like, so there's losses and wins and things that really break the mold of a show. Like, normally, like, you can never let bad things happen, quite frankly. In most things, like, you can do like one thing. Oh, I'd like the one show where one person died or something. Like, no, Jack is involved in a lot of stuff, and it works out very badly. And there's a lot of bad things that are done that work out very well. It's like there's a lot of, and I'm not saying it's realistic, quote unquote. It's not realistic. Is I want to stress. None of this will be realistic.
Yeah.
But the fact that they do the show in real time allows you to go along with it. You know what I mean?
There was a movie I saw which was it was a terrible film. It didn't work at all. And it starred Al Pacino as a CIA upper level guy. Took place in Seattle. It was called 81, I think,
I've never
or
seen
81 hours. And he briefed a crew of agents, a team of agents, on some mission that was going to happen in Seattle. And they had 81 hours to catch the bad guy, or something like that. It was just a terrible film. It didn't work at all. But
88 minutes.
Maybe that was it.
That's a real time. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you haven't seen it, you might like it, but I just thought the movie didn't work at all. But Were you a fan of Breaking Bad?
Yes, but I haven't seen all of it because my wife and we got out of sync, and she binge watched it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, everybody was just raving about that. And a friend of mine said, "You've got to watch it. It's the best show ever." So I watched the first episode, and it was boring beyond belief. And he said, "Oh, you got to stay with it. It's just
I think it
incredible."
does start off slow, so I don't think.
And so I watched the whole first season, what, 8 episodes, 5, 10 episodes, whatever. It was torture. I mean, it was just so slow, and I hated the character of the young kid who's the chemistry guy,
He's
his
relatively
partner.
unlikable, yeah.
Real now that might have been the actor's talent that he made this guy so fucking despicable and unlikable.
I think
So
so.
maybe he did a great job, but I just couldn't stand the character, and I could not go to season 2. And my friend told me, you gotta watch season 2 because you won't be able to stop. And I said, I can't do it. I've given it 7 episodes or whatever it is, the whole first season. I can't do it. It's just awful. So this one was
I
better
think
than the
Breaking
first
Bad's
episode
pretty-
of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I think Breaking Bad is pretty good. I think there are like deliberate pacing things that they do that may not be a sensibility. Like, for example, I really love Saul. So I don't know if he's introduced yet in the
No.
first season, but I really love Saul. But I've never actually watched Better Call Saul, which is a complete spin-off.
Yeah, that character was not in the first season of Breaking Bad, and
Yeah.
I don't know the connection of that to Better Call Saul, which of course is a continuation or something.
Yeah,
Breaking
but
Bad.
the pacing of the first like 3 episodes is incredibly slow. So I think it's sort of a signature of the show a little bit. I'm not going to say it's good or bad. It
Yeah.
is definitely a signature of the show that it does start off relatively slow.
Well, okay, so unless I catch it for free, I'm not going to pay for 24. But if it shows up somewhere on Tubi or something for free, then I will watch it. But outside of that, I won't.
That's going to be hard to do, honestly. Like to casually watch 24.
Well, I mean, if it shows
Definitely-
up, like they put
it's
season 1 on
definitely-
Tubi or something, then I'll watch it. But
Definitely a lot more of a. It's probably like justifiably binge watchable. Like probably one of the first series that are like that, where it's completely continuous.
really, okay,
Because there's no gap between the episode. It's 24 hours. It's
Right,
It's
I
one
see.
day, and every episode is an hour of the day. So there's no gap. So there's
so he-
very
so-
good reason to binge watch.
so Jack Bauer calls his wife 10 times every episode. I can look forward to.
There's a lot of telecommunications.
Right.
There's a lot of. In fact, even when it was airing, there was a lot. There was a really fantastic skit where they set 24 in the early 90s instead of 2000.
Right.
So they just set it 10 years behind. And so nobody's got a mobile phone. He's using a pay phone. He's having to go.
Right.
Nobody's
Right.
got a personal computer. And it is just hilarious. Like it just completely breaks the show.
That's amazing when you go back to the 60s and before that, when cops had to run around town looking for a payphone if they weren't in their police car,
Right.
And yeah. Hey, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to tell you that after we talked last night, I looked up the South Point Hotel in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
okay, which you said, hey, check it out. You might like it. And the hotel itself, it looks really nice. The rooms look terrific. The restaurants all look good. The photographer models that they have on their photographs on the website, it looks fine, So it looks good, and the prices are very good. But when I did a Google map to see where it was, and then I pulled it all the way out, it is really surrounded by desert, just sand. There's nothing in that part of town. I mean,
Yeah, I
if you
wouldn't-
just,
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, the one good thing is on the next block, there's a Del Taco, okay, which I haven't been to in 20 years in LA.
But that's what I'm saying. You just got to have a car. But
Yeah,
that's not
yeah.
dissimilar to the Rio or the Palms. I mean, you can't walk out of the Rio and the Palms and reasonably get anywhere on foot.
Well, that's correct. So thing about South Point is once you're in the hotel, you just stay there. Well, I did that at the Rio too, because there's nothing right there outside, you know. Then I would take a cab to the first destination. Then I'd be out for the whole day,
Right.
and then I'd go back at night. So if I stayed at South Point, I'd go out for the whole day, and I'd be out all day until I came home at night.
Hmm.
And it would be a 10-minute ride to get to Caesars or Wynn or something, that area. So
Yeah. Or
yeah,
you could do the car
and there's also a bus
and then
stop
pay for
right
the
in front.
parking.
There's also a bus stop on the corner that goes all the way up Las
Ah.
Vegas Boulevard. But I don't know what the bus clientele is like in Las Vegas. You know, it's all
I have
pimps.
to
And,
admit I've never done it.
right, right.
I mean, I do public transport all the time. I did public transport in Barcelona earlier in last year I did it. I was on the public transport in Seattle when I visited, last month.
Yeah.
So but I've never actually done the public transport here, just because like there's no point. Like I've got my car.
Well, you got a
and-
car, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could try that to get to the strip area the first time, just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
I can always take a ride back, you know, by car or something if I didn't want to take the bus again. But
But
if
there's
I stayed
actually
at
a hotel even further south than the South Point.
uh
Let's see. There's a new resort.
is it called M?
Yes, that's it.
I saw that on the map. I didn't look at the hotel. That's really
it's-
further, even further. Yeah.
It's way further. But yeah, that place is actually like brand spanking new. It's actually nice. I would say South Point's probably more fun though. Like South Point actually has a lot of stuff.
I mean, it looked fine inside. You know, it looked nicer than the Rio. You know, so
Yeah, I would say it's probably nicer than Rio.
yeah. Well, if I go back, which I wouldn't rule out, I would choose Gold Coast or South Point or Caesars, depending
I
on
would
the prices at Caesars.
100% not do Gold Coast.
Really? Okay,
There's
100%.
there's not much there. There's just Ping Pang Pong, and I think there's like one other restaurant. And
Okay,
that's
well
it.
then that's out. Okay,
Yeah, it's
So-
there's just not that much there.
okay. I can stay at Rio because they keep sending me offers, but I've already done that, and I'd go so South Point or some other hotel, probably
Yeah.
Caesars. If it was, you know, Harrah's had incredibly low prices, $15 a night, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I looked at it. And I thought, well, that's amazing. But then the resort fee is like $49 a night. So for 5 nights, it's $75, but you got to pay $250 for the resort fee, which still comes out as a total, you know, reasonably okay. But the resort fee offers me nothing that I would use. So
Right.
it's yeah.
The other place you could go is Circa in old Las Vegas.
Oh,
Las
Circa, yeah,
Vegas
I
is
passed
ki-
by that when I was there last year.
Is
I saw
kind
it.
of fun, and Circa's brand new.
That's on
adults
Fremont,
only.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
adults
yeah, yeah.
only. I think it's cool.
Okay,
fact,
I'll look at that again. Yeah.
They have
And
the
I looked at the
best
website for
steakhouse
Treasure.
in Vegas there.
Okay, I looked at the website for Treasure Island. Their website is absolutely awful. Can't believe
Treasure
a major.
Island, I would not do again. It used to be my go-to as a cheap
Uh-huh.
cheap hotel on the strip that I was happy to go to because it's at a very good location on the
Yeah,
strip,
yeah.
opposite the Venetian, next to
Right.
Caesars and everything. But it's just too run down. It's
Oh,
not
really?
good.
Okay.
It's
The guy
not
who
good.
owns
rooms
that,
suck.
they had the owner's bio on the website. He also owns Circus Circus. He bought that some time back,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a multi-billionaire, like $4 billion or something. And he's got his wife that he married is a former Miss Ukraine, and I mean you can't get better than that, you know. And but the guy's a real dork-looking kind of guy, you know, and he's good buddies with Trump, and
Interesting.
but they have his profile on the website, you know. But he looks like a guy at the deli counter, actually. You know, you can't believe he owns all these hotels. But I mean, if he owns Circus Circus and he's proud of it, then you know. But all right, so Treasure Island, maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, do not do Treasure Island.
Right.
It's not good. The rooms aren't good,
Ah,
and that they've
okay.
lost all of their theme. Like you barely recognize it as a pirate theme anymore.
Oh, they don't have that there anymore. That's right. I also looked at the Harrah's, which again was $15 a night, but you got to pay the resort fee. But as a final total, it's still affordably a good price, you know.
Mm.
But because if they just charge 75 a night for the room, that would seem fine. But they charge 15, and then they give you a $50 resort fee every day, which But
Yeah. Treasure Island has very good parking though. That was another aspect that I used to like about it. It's got some of the best parking on the strip.
mhm.
It's relatively close. I never had a problem getting a spot, but just the rooms are just not really there anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I never would have thought of South Point, so I checked it out and it looked fine.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and
and
I don't want to pay the
they
money
host big
for.
events there too, like the equestrian center. They
Uh-huh.
always
Yeah, I
have
saw
something
that.
very
Yeah.
big going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I was
So.
hosted by Longines for their equestrian event there one
Hmm.
time. It was nice. They had like a buffet, and I got a Longines hat. Yeah, I enjoyed my evening for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh. So how would you spend your retirement day -6?
Today, so this was the penultimate week.
Right.
I didn't really do anything today. I'm on call, so I handled a few emergency issues, and then played video games with my son.
Hmm.
I had a workout around lunchtime. Yeah, slowly working into it. I can't really go anywhere. When I'm on call, I need to be like within 5 minutes
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a computer with a headset on, and solving problems. It's kind of sucks. I'm very glad to be doing away with on call, doing away
Hmm.
with work forever. I was noting that like on my to do list, I use an app for to do list, and I've got a list that has all the stuff I'm doing for work, and I'm like, you know what, that list will be deleted soon. It's like it just won't
Hmm.
even exist. It'll be. It's quite. I feel it's quite surreal, but I mean, I don't get the impression you've got a day job.
Not at the present time, no.
Did you make a decision at some point to?
I lost all mental faculties of how to make a decision, so I don't really know what I'm doing anymore. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So number one priority is the health. So I've been working out, and I'm very hungry right now. I normally have a midnight snack, but I'm going to try go to bed without having a midnight snack.
Right. Right. So there is a Del Taco 5 minutes from your home, probably.
I was so
Or
tempted to
something.
go to McDonald's
Oh,
earlier,
McDonald's. Yeah.
and at the moment I'm tempted not to make myself some ramen, and I've got at Costco they've got this sous vide beef sirloin
Mm-hmm.
steak, and it's pre-cut, and it's like slightly on the lower side of medium rare. It's just wonderful. I can just have it on top of anything, and it's just beautiful steak basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm thinking about that right now. But I really want to get in shape, so I need to lose about 5 or 6 pounds
Mm-hmm.
of actual fat, not just the glucose.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Hey, we got 100 pesos from Argentina from GD. Thank you, GD.
Wow,
Hello, Morty and Aussie. Yeah.
it's gonna be a tough weekend. I so badly want to just go to dim sum, a Chinese restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
get some pastries from the French bakery nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't feel like dieting right now, but there's no better time ultimately.
Hmm. Does anyone ever have to use the bathroom during 24?
That's a
I
good
mean, the
question.
characters on the show or the
Yeah, the
viewers?
characters.
Well, that was
Well,
like on
the
Star Trek.
viewers go when the characters go. So in you got to remember this was network TV
Yeah.
back in the 2000s. So there's probably about 18 minutes of ad break in which time in the 24 universe continues while the ad break is on. So there are gaps of time that would account for a lot of things. Although the one thing that I always thought about was like, don't the characters sleep? Like peeing, yeah, you can
Hmm.
pee or shit in like 1-2 minutes, whatever. But like, yeah, don't these characters sleep? It's just unbelievable. So
Well,
no one really sleeps. At least I don't remember anyone taking a sleep. There isn't like, oh, I need to go have a sleep, and then they're not, the character isn't there for the next 7 episodes because they're just asleep.
hmm. You ever see Sink the Bismarck, a really great British film, like around late 50s, maybe 1960, or I don't remember when.
No.
Great. It's a great film, and no one sleeps in that movie. Everyone is on duty station, action stations the whole time.
Hmm.
But yeah,
To tell you the truth, I probably haven't seen more than like a handful of movies prior to 1960.
really, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even this, Sink the Bismarck, was 1960. But yeah, I would say probably very few. I would probably say Spartacus,
Right.
maybe. I think that's like 1950.
Spartacus
Um,
is 1960, I think, right around there. Yeah.
is it?
Eh, give or take a couple of years, I don't remember. Yeah.
So Spartacus. What was his name? The director.
Maybe
Thinking
Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, Sink the Bismarck is
1960. Okay, yeah,
1960.
1960. Ben-Hur.
Right.
Hmm. So I haven't seen
Spartacus
Gone with the
1960
Wind.
also. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gone with the Wind.
That's a real snooze fest. I mean, really.
Right. Wizard of Oz.
Well, your kids would love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
we I bought that on Blu-ray. I mean, I've seen
yeah.
Wizard of Oz. Actually, Wizard of Oz is playing at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
The original
They
film.
they've sort of taken, I think, an hour of the film and then expanded it to be this sort of like 1 hour experience in the Sphere
Oh, I
where
see.
it's like completely engulfs your vision, and then they have
Uh-huh.
like big wind machines in there, like during the hurricane or type.
Yeah, right.
How would you call it? The
The
twister.
tornado. Yeah.
Tornado. Yeah. So they turn the whole sphere into a tornado, and there's
Really?
things flying through the air and stuff. Yeah. It's my wife and the kids went. I'm like, you can. I can miss this one. Like, I'm not that enthused by that sort of thing, basically.
About 20 years ago at Caesar's Palace, they had an attraction. It was like a Disney kind of Star Tours, if you ever did that like 30, 40 years ago, where you get on a car, but the car's not moving. I mean, a vehicle kind of thing.
I get you.
Yeah, and but it's not moving, but it bounces around, and you go through like a dinosaur park kind of thing with T-Rex jumping at you and stuff. It was
Oh,
great.
they still do this. That's the Universal tour.
But this was at Caesar's Palace,
Oh, okay.
this thing. And this might have been 80s or 90s. I don't remember. But
Wow.
that was a really great attraction they had then. Whatever it was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Universal tour does something like that. It's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Vegas is sort of the weather's really good now. So I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna play
right.
Well, practicing a little golf in the morning tomorrow.
Truth, by the way, a better question or an equally good question. Does anyone ever use the bathroom during Morty's Diner show? Because, on the Watch Nicholas show, he's taking a leak every half hour or every hour he has to leave. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, Sink the Bismarck, I mean, And the one I mentioned last night, The House on 92nd Street. I think you would really, really like those. I mean, they're really just fantastic films.
Let me
But
make sure I got that one.
yeah.
Hold on, I got a list.
The House on 92nd Street, I think, was 1946. And yeah, it's an old movie, but I mean, it's absolutely terrific.
Yeah, the last
And the style,
movie
the
I
style
wrote
of the
down
film
is
is,
Materialist. I don't.
the style of the film is so well done. It's yeah, 1945. Okay, yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I really, as I said, I've really not seen many movies prior to 1960. I'm not sure that that's an accident or not. I don't know why there's so few movies that. I mean, I've seen some. I mean, some are really mundane.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. I mean, why do you think like there would be this epoch where anything prior to 1960 sort of doesn't exist for
Well, there's
me?
lots of boring and bad movies from the first 50, 60 years of Hollywood. I mean, but there's lots of great movies too. I mean, contemporary film might be Tom Cruise and Cocktail, but I mean, in 50 years in the future, no one's going to watch that movie. You know. But yeah, but I mean, there's just easily 100 films which are just phenomenal. That many people have never heard of or seen. Easily
Interesting.
100. So from from the 20s through 1970, let's say, easily 100 or 200. Just great movies. But yeah,
I mean, would you say that like things have changed a lot since then? I mean,
well, every
I would
movie now has required sex scenes in the airplane or in
right.
the shower.
Well,
Bedroom scenes.
you are correct. Like I know that prior to a certain time period, I'm not sure when the epoch was, that
Yeah.
everything had to be approved by
Well, yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know
it's
some of the
amazing that
crews.
from 1920 or earlier to 19, say, 65, no one ever had to say fuck in the dialogue. No one had to have a sex scene in the movie. They didn't have to have car chases, and kung fu fights that go on for 10 minutes. And the movies were great. But every movie now, it's got the required or compulsory sex scene, makeout scene. Every other word is fuck, fuck, fuck. And in fact, there's a movie, Whoopi Goldberg, who don't ask me my opinion, but called Burglar. Okay, and the scene opens up, the first scene, and she plays a police detective, if you can believe that. And the scene opens up. She's a detective at the police station, and she's looking in the file cabinet. The first word in the movie is she goes fuck. So I immediately turned it off because you just know it's going to be garbage anyway because it's Whoopi Goldberg. But that's the level of people who write the films, and the crap content. Is just garbage. And yeah, that's my opinion. So, but
I mean, back then, I mean, it wasn't really the choice of the writers whether or not they were dropping f bombs. It was just simply
I mean, yeah,
what the
I understand. But
ratings.
my feeling is, instead of saying fuck, if the character said damn, it would have the exact same impact, and it wouldn't be such a cheapening of the movie. Okay, just say damn it, or or but everything is fuck, 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 fuck.
Well,
And even in real life, people,
honestly,
yeah, well,
honestly though, I'm not sure what movies you're watching because I mean, there's most movies I see don't actually do that.
oh, that's
But
most.
I'm not saying like they're good or bad because of that. It's just that they actually want to keep the movie at the PG level so that they can make more money.
But saying fuck, fuck, fuck throughout the movie is now PG acceptable.
No, it's not.
Oh, sure, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's
I
not.
mean, okay, all right,
Yeah, I mean that's not true.
all right. Maybe it's
Like,
not PG suitable, but it seems like every movie is just nonstop, f bombs. For the most part, I mean, I really believe that. based on what I see all the time. But my thing is, you don't have to say that. You could just say, you just there's other words to use besides fuck. If you want to express frustration or anger, but that's what people they just write. That's how they write the movies now. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, in the last, at least 10 years, maybe 15 years, you've seen an incredible amount of softening of language because they want that PG rating so badly. So I mean,
Really?
I
I don't see enough.
can't imagine that anything. I'd say that the vast majority of movies that made box office, say top 3 in any given week, like the vast majority won't have a single F-bomb.
All right. Well, I don't watch many contemporary films because I'm just not that
Yeah.
interested. But
So,
I mean, if you think of a movie
you might
like,
be right, more in the 90s.
all right, if you think
It's
of a movie
probably
like
more.
The Departed, it's like every other word is fuck. Okay, and it's like,
That's
why?
not a new movie. That's not.
Well, 20 years ago, whatever it is. But I mean, even
Yeah.
then, I understand the characters are all scum, but now in a fantastic HBO movie, Gotti, which starred Amand Asante, which was just fantastic. They're playing, the New York gangsters. Yeah, these guys, all they say all day long is fuck, fuck, fuck. So that made complete sense there because that was realistic. That's how they talk. Okay, but anyway, it's just my own personal thing of cheapening out how to write a movie and
Well, I think
lower
there
production
was
quality.
an issue in the 2000s where a lot of storylines and writing, I think, was actually below par.
Now, I don't think Dirty Harry ever used an F-bomb on all his films. He may have, but I don't think he ever did. And he certainly could have. Tough cop would talk like that. But I think Clint Eastwood would, and I'm just guessing, so we don't need, Dirty Harry doesn't need to say that. He can express it, or have a catchy saying to express his frustration or anger.
But I think like what you're thinking about is basically the 90s and some of the 2000s. It's not really a current thing, I feel.
Well, I don't know. Okay. Yeah.
Because it's just basically like, think about like since the late 2000s at least, it's just Disney, Marvel, huge blockbusters, Pirates of the Caribbean. We're talking billion-dollar movies, Avatar, so on and so forth. These movies don't have F-bombs.
Okay, but all right, that's a fair point or a good point. But if you remove that category of film, all right, the other the remainders are probably full of crap content like I'm describing, all exploding heads and F-bombs and required bathroom sex scenes and stuff.
I think that's more of a thing of the 90s and even the 80s, to be honest.
I've seen maybe 2 movies in the last 10 years that are brand new at a theater. And so I don't know. But
I think like, for example, Basic Instinct was like that's early 90s. I mean, like, I don't think there's been a movie that's been more quote unquote titillating than Basic Instinct, or even trying to be. Like maybe Showgirls, maybe a little bit. It was the same director, so kind of obvious. So yeah, I don't know, but I actually dislike the last 30 years because it is so boring and sort of softened, and there's hardly any grit or interesting stories. I mean, the number of movies that sort of like alter your expectations a little bit in the last 30 years, I think, is kind of pretty low.
All right, let me give you an example.
Like Munich.
Yeah. Death Wish with Charles Bronson, no F-bombs. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the first movie. It's a classic, no F-bombs.
Yeah.
I saw from looking at Tubi or some channel that Bruce Willis did a remake of Death Wish.
Yeah.
Some years ago.
highly confusing as to why.
I never saw it because I never watched it because, like, well, why? It's been
Yeah, I know.
done. It's not going to be better. Why remake it? But I would just assume with confidence that the movie's full of F-bombs.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know, but
I've
it's
seen
that's
the
the way they
movie,
would make the
but
movie now. Is just
but
what do you
you
what
would
do you need
also
that
have to
fucking gun for? Oh, I got some
yeah
fucking things to take care of. Well, fuck
you
you.
have
You know?
to recognize that Bruce Willis is like a '90s action hero.
Right.
So I mean, it's sort of like par with the course. If you've got Bruce Willis in there, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
if you
it's
had
more of
Peter
a
O'Toole,
throwback.
I mean, if there was Peter O'Toole as Lawrence of Arabia, you know, he may have said "fuck" all day long in real life or in the English equivalent, but
Yes.
if he said that in the movie, it doesn't add anything. It just detracts from the greatness of the film. So the director said, "Yeah, no f-bombs in the movie. We just deliver good dialogue. You know, no foul language, no shit, no piss, nothing. You
Mm.
know." But if they made that movie now, it would be full of somehow Lawrence of Arabia would meet some beautiful Arab girl in the desert, and they'd have a sex scene in the tent. Just you know, because
I
that's how you do it.
I mean, I was just I'll just have to repeat like
Yeah.
maybe if it was the '90s, you would see that. But
Okay.
I think
All right.
today it'd be like today it would not only be squeaky clean from a language perspective and
Mhm.
absolutely no sex scenes and not even kissing in any passionate way would be allowed
Okay.
as
Well, yeah.
well as any sort of themes that were a little bit edgy would also be removed. So I think like the current dynamic of cinema is like it's squeaky clean. Like it doesn't have any grit at all. It's super squeaky clean is what I see.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I would have to research that, and I'm not interested in checking out all these movies recently. So.
Yeah. I mean
Okay.
you've got some rare ones like Sicario and I love them, but I mean now he's moved on to Dune and Dune Part 2 and it's like do you want to know how many F-bombs and sex scenes are in Dune?
Is that a remake of the '80s Dune?
No, it's from the books.
Because there was a movie called Dune, early '80s.
Yeah. That was from the books too, but it's not a remake of the movie. It's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
another attempt at the book.
Right.
So the reality is like they're not putting, these these movies are now costing anywhere between $500 million and $1 billion. They're not putting F-bombs or sex scenes in these
Okay.
movies
Well, yeah.
because they just want that rating to be as low as possible. PG, squeaky clean. There better not be a nipple anywhere in sight. But in the 80s, the nipples were everywhere.
Okay, so maybe
the
I'm
tits
more
would come
correct
out,
about
they
the
were-
80s,
they were like
90s
that.
than the last 10 years. I don't know.
Yeah,
The last 10
like
years.
the 80s were just like there would be a bare set of tits in at least 3 or 4 scenes in
Right.
every movie, whether it was action, comedy, especially. You got to have like maybe 10.
Well, that was
titty
in
scenes.
Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, and there's a scene where Jamie Lee Curtis is getting dressed in her bedroom, and she shows her tits. Okay.
Yeah.
And it lasts like 10 seconds or less. And I actually asked the producer of that. I said, "What was the purpose of her showing her tits?" He says,
It's the
he says,
80s,
"You tell."
man.
He says, "Who the fuck are you to tell me how to make a movie?" I said, "Hey, no. You make any movie you want. That's what's up to you. I'm just asking, what was the directorial or production decision to have her topless for 10 seconds? What did it add something to the movie, to the scene? Was there a reason for it?" And he said, "This is a true story." He said, "Well, maybe the director just wanted to see her tits." And I said, "Okay, thank you for the answer, because that's the best answer I'm going to get," which makes
Yeah.
as much. Well, and that answered the question.
Yeah. But this is the 80s, and that's a comedy movie. Any
Yeah.
80s comedy movie has at least like a handful of titty shots.
Oh, sure.
Like
Yeah.
bare titties. Like it's just a gag that has to be in every single comedy movie in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, Anyway.
And you wouldn't even, that would just not fly today. Like, there's just no way would you find just titties in a comedy. Like, they wouldn't
Well,
do it
but
because it
yeah,
would
but
just
nowadays
crank
it
up the
might not
rating.
have the same effect, whatever effect they wanted, because every 18-year-old, 17, whatever, going to the movies, they spend 5 hours a day on Pornhub at night in their bedroom on their computer. So showing a pair of titties for 10 seconds doesn't mean anything impact
Right.
wise that it would have done
But
20 years
I
ago.
think that's good. That way we
Right,
don't need all these like random titty shots or be
right.
fawning over the hottest new actress and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? There's lots of beautiful women. Or just do everything. You can go look it up. You don't
Right,
need that in
exactly.
your movie.
Right. Huh. Well,
What is that? The Hangover. So The Hangover, I think, is the highest grossing comedy of all time.
The Hangover.
Yeah. And
Let me look it up.
does have F-bombs.
Here it is, The Hangover,
But it's
2009.
2009.
Let me see who's in it here. Three buddies wake up from a bachelor party in Las Vegas with no memory of the previous night and the bachelor missing. They must make their way around the city in order to find their friend in time for his wedding. And who's in it? Mike Tyson's in it for some reason. And
Well, he's a Las Vegas local, so he's in there.
yeah, and I don't know most of these actors. Heather Graham, I've seen her in some. Oh, she was in that porn thing. And yeah, just a couple names there. So,
Bradley Cooper's pretty big.
right, yeah. And is that a good movie?
It is, yeah. First Hangover movie is actually pretty good. The next
The first
two,
Hangover. So they
not
made
good.
sequels.
Yeah, yeah. The second one was in Bangkok, and I thought that's going to be
Amazing.
good, but no, it was crap.
Mhm.
So yeah, really, just the first one's very good. But yeah, it looks like it does have a little bit of nudity and F-bombs in that one. I'm trying to think of something a little bit more contemporary than that. Comedy.
Well, nowadays there's probably more F-bombs on YouTube channels than maybe in the movies. Or some
Yeah.
channels.
Yeah, yeah.
Those channels. Right.
Oh, the
Right.
nice guys. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of... you have to be very selective with the movies and TV. Like, there's so much garbage, honestly. A few years ago, I made the decision to, like, never do streaming. Like, just stop doing streaming, because I can build a short list of movies that, will last me a lifetime. And rewatch, genuinely good movies as well, that I don't need to be like sitting on, the homepage of Netflix, just wandering around their endless carousels, whatever algorithmic garbage wants to feed me today. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, my rule is I have to, if I'm to consume something, there's a short list first, and if it makes it to the top of the short list, then that's what it's done. But I'm not going to just watch something because it was on the front page of whatever application I'm using.
Right, exactly. Well, if you
That's
do
what-
watch those two movies I suggested and you like them, then I'll send you like a list of maybe 10 or 12 must-see films from before 1960 that you would really, really like. And if not, then it's fine, That maybe you never heard.
How do you see
Maybe
these?
that
I
you have
mean,
never even heard of. So
How do you even see these? Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to download this, I don't think.
well, they're all free on YouTube or Tubi or some website. Because they're the old movies, so most of them are all available somewhere.
Interesting.
I mean, some like Tubi, they're licensed. On YouTube, they're just people put them on YouTube.
I see.
So,
I don't know if I can hack that.
Right. Well, you wouldn't
I
have
mean-
to
I
because they're
mean-
available. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I watch movies in my theater, and like yeah, I'm just wondering.
If you Sink the Bismarck is also on YouTube in a colorized version. Don't watch that one, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Just my
Yeah.
opinion.
See, I can't find House on 92nd Street.
Let me take a look real fast, or I'll send it to you in an email.
Yeah.
Because I know I watched it not that long ago, and it's definitely easy to find.
1945. Wow.
Here it is. YouTube.
I've watched Hitchcock stuff. So I mean, what's the earliest Hitchcock stuff?
Well, I mean, from the 1920s, you mean, or his famous films? Or?
Yeah, probably just his famous films. So.
Well, Psycho is like 61.
Oh, Vertigo, 58.
Okay. The Birds is like mid 60s, something like that.
Yeah, it's already 60s.
Yeah, I got yeah. House on 92nd Street is on YouTube. I just found it right away. Yeah. The channel's called Chris T, letter T, Chris T. I'll post the link in the chat. You can copy that.
Oh yeah, I found it.
Oh, okay. Great.
Wow, the audio is awful.
Oh, is it? Well, maybe there's other copies somewhere else, but okay. But I mean, it's on multiple places you can find it. So anyway,
reminds me. I'll take a look. Black and white's interesting. I always I do respect like black and white cinematography a fair bit, and I hate when people do like black and white filters on their photos. And I'm like, you don't have any right using a black and white on your fucking photos. You don't know the first thing about composition and contrast, and this is just fake art.
yeah. I just Googled it on videos. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versions on YouTube. 7, and plus Daily Motion, and 8, 9, 10. 11. So there's about a dozen places you can find it easily. So, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not requesting a commitment. I'm just passing it along.
Yeah. I wrote it down. I mean, my wish list has 125 movies on it at the moment, and my actual movie collection has, let me see, I've got about 500 Blu-rays.
Wow.
Number that I haven't seen is 240. I rewatch a lot of movies, actually. Like the number of movies that I actually just rewatch is very, very high. Like just going down the list of movies I've actually already seen, I could totally watch Apocalypse Now again.
Yeah, well, I've watched many movies many, many, many times. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen Bridge of Spies. Have you seen that?
Bridge of Spies. I don't know that.
Yeah, it's a Coen Brothers, so it's the same guys who did No Country for Old Men.
Right.
But it's got Tom Hanks, and I'm
not going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if one cancels out the other.
One of the great stories of the last week in the news: West Point decided not to give Tom Hanks some kind of ceremonial award for being a great supporter of the quote, Hollywood supporter of the military and all that crap. I don't know who decided to dump that stupid idea, but fantastic. If he doesn't deserve shit in terms of something like that.
What's your animosity to Tom Hanks? I mean, I liked him in movies like Big, and
yeah, he's an ultra Hollywood leftist. He's totally detached from reality of American life. Totally detached. He's
is he
Biden.
worse or better than fuck, Taxi Driver. What's his name?
Oh, De Niro. Well, he's
De
really
Niro is-
demented. No, he's really out there.
No,
Yeah,
De Niro's like completely out insane.
he's nuts. He's gone nuts. Yeah. And I just don't. I've never cared for Tom Hanks. I mean, I've seen many of his films, and to me, he's a lightweight actor. I mean, I know he's considered so great, but I find him a very lightweight actor. And but his political stuff, his comments are just awful. And if this were World War II after Pearl Harbor, there's no way he would be going to the recruiting station the next day to sign up like many actors did back then. They signed up right away. He'd be pulling strings and be sure he got in the movie production unit in Culver City or something. So all this combat pro-veteran, pro-soldier, it's all bullshit. The guy's just a Hollywood libtard, full of shit guy. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Very disconnected. But it's kind of funny the world of leading man actors, right? I mean, leading man, it's such a coveted position, and it's so generic and doesn't necessarily require like an actually a good actor. In general, they have to be handsome, but not crazy.
Well, that
handsome.
can be.
Like,
Look,
you don't have to be Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I mean that can be enough if the guy is if the actor is so engaging and likable, and the movie is really good, and that makes up for a lot of just being really, really good. And you don't have to be a classical Peter O'Toole guy to be considered a great or Anthony Hopkins. I mean.
Yeah.
But you can be a lightweight actor and still be really respected and really good. I have no issue with that at all. But when you open up your mouth and every other word is "fuck Trump" and you're going to vote for Hillary and you're supporting Biden and Antifa doesn't exist. It's just an idea. From that schmuck congressman. These people are nuts.
But what I was saying is it's kind of weird, the world of actors, where leading man is like, okay, if someone is sort of like conventionally good looking, talent could be anywhere from like 5 to 10.
Right.
That'll be the pool of actors, but that's not that many. It's going to be like 10 at any given time are leading men, roughly speaking. And then anyone else who's conventionally good looking, well, you're out on your ass pretty much. We don't need that many leading men. So the only hope for anyone else is you actually got to be interesting looking / ugly. Everyone else.
You mean Steve Buscemi's niche, that kind of thing?
No. Well, I mean, take a look at anyone who isn't a leading man or a leading lady. They kind of actually need to be like straight up ugly for the most part.
Like who? One example.
Well, yeah, Steve Buscemi would be a good one.
But he's a skilled. He's very good.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying
what
you have to look like.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I could see that in old Hollywood movies, 30s, 40s, 50s, but I don't see many actors like that nowadays. They're all in the same mold, of...
No. Like, for example, Wolf of Wall Street, who's his co-star? Jonah Hill, a fat fuck.
I mean, but, Jonah Hill, I mean, who gives a fuck about him?
No, but you see what Jonah Hill has done more recently. He's actually lost all of the weight, and now he's completely unhireable.
But he was nothing to begin with. I mean, I remember the only thing I ever saw him in was a commercial for Verizon or AT&T or something like that, where him and Amy Schumer were at a gay wedding. This is the commercial. They're celebrating friends at a gay wedding, and somehow they both pull out their cell phones and they do a commercial for the phone company thing. Verizon.
Sure, but I mean, basically, it doesn't disprove my point. I mean, basically, you're either leading man, you're conventionally good looking, talent could be 5 to 10, or you're the co-star, co-actor or whatever, and you're either a co-star or character actor, and you have to look probably ugly, or you don't get any work, and your talent
average looking or just
4 to 10,
just
3
ugly.
to 10.
Yeah.
ugly is better than average for sure. Like take Rebel Wilson. I mean,
I don't know who that is. Okay.
you might
I'll look her up.
but
Yeah.
but she was a very good comedic actor from Australia, and she was always fat. And in recent years, she's actually slimmed down, and she's quite attractive, and she's effectively poison, box office poison now.
Okay, I see who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like there's like why would you hire her? Like it's like she wants to be a leading lady, but it's like guess what? There's no room for that. We needed you as a fat.
I could see her overweight and then thin, but it is conceivable. She decided I just want to lose the weight because I hate my life and I want to get the weight off. And she realized there were possible consequences of changing her appearance, but she decided no, I need to do this. So, but your
Right,
point would still be, but your point would still be there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like when people look at people who are like they're B and they're so ugly or they're so fat, and they think it's like, well, they should really fix themselves up. Like we would say, like Archie, I would hope that he loses some weight. But you know what? For an actor, that would like ruin their career. They have to maintain that devastatingly bad weight.
Well, if you go the other way, I think if you took some douchebag like what's her name? DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres, and she gained 100 pounds. She might become such an absolute freak. I mean, beyond the freak she is now. I mean,
She
she'd
might
become
be
like
horrible, yes.
she'd be like a carnival freak that she'd be employable in some very interesting roles, even though she would
it's possible.
suck. She could be hired as as some freak in a movie. Yeah. So
Like take No Country for Old Men, the bad guy Javier Bardem or Shigur.
yeah.
I mean, he's kind of ugly, right?
Well, yeah.
He has a talent of 10, but he's kind of unattractive, and it's put up a bit. I mean, Javier Bardem couldn't clean up and look like an A-lister, but they made him look,
Well, I think Tom Hanks is a weird-looking guy, and so is Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio he's a weird-looking guy, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I mean, but he's not a handsome leading man at all. But whatever.
I agree on Leo to some extent, but I mean, Tom Hanks was he's like the leading guy. I mean, he's conventionally attractive. He's not a 9 out of 10, but that's what I said.
Well, average guy.
A leading actor doesn't actually need to be a 10 out of 10 in look.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
It's it's just that it's such a rarefied thing that people are going for. Oh, like people normally associate actor good looking, but the reality is like actor good looking. Oh, now you're chasing like 3 or 4 roles a year. It's like there's nothing for you. You actually have far more opportunity being fat.
Well, that's something I especially like in the old movies is they had real assortment of people in the films. I mean, all kinds. So you had the leading guy like Cary Grant or Jimmy Stewart. Then it was filled with every size and shape and variety of supporting player. And that's not in today's films. I mean, you might mention some names here and there, but it's just not the same.
No, I'd say that's still the case. Yeah, it's very rare that you have like an entire cast of.
Well, 24, that first episode, they're all that style. There's nobody who's 400 pounds. There's no grizzled old grandpa. There's no guy with missing teeth. There's no guy with a scuzzy beard and missing an eye patch. I don't mean that, but I mean, they're all basically 30-somethings, athletic looking, fit, and they're all the same style.
That's not true. Whether maybe it's your impression from episode 1, but a lot of the main characters as the show develops are pretty interesting looking people.
Now the Sopranos had all kinds, and that also made it great. So
Well,
even the
I
lead
would say
character.
24 is also that case, but you just
Okay, because even
I
the
agree
lead
with you.
character,
Episode one is
yeah, the
not.
lead character is certainly not a handsome, good-looking guy, Tony. And
Yeah,
all his people in his team, his gang, each one's a character unto themselves.
right,
And
right.
and everyone in the
It's
show.
all
So
character actors.
it was all great. All
Yeah.
the players there.
But yeah, I think that it's like most movies, like they can't have anyone like a maximum of two conventionally good-looking actors. Is basically what they allow. It'll be
Okay.
two, and then everyone else has to look interesting.
Well, Michael Douglas. I've noticed this about his movies, and I don't remember the details because I talked about this 20 years ago with people back then. But uh, he always, I can't say always because I don't remember, but often enough, his sidekick in the movies is a really fat fucking guy. Okay. And he chooses who he wants in his movies. So, in Wall Street, if you remember the first time
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen gets to meet him in the audience, his number one stock trader is a really fat fuck. Okay. And if you recall, the guy, Josh Mostel is his name. And I forgot the name of the character, but he goes, look at him. He's a number one dealer on Wall Street. Go get him, fucker. And he goes, you got it, Gordon, coming right up. And in the one with Fatal Attraction, his law firm partner is a fat guy. Okay. And he comes over, he invites him and his wife over for dinner. And he could have cast anybody he wanted in that part, but I forgot the guy's name at the moment. But he cast this average-looking fat guy, to be his law firm partner. And I thought, well, that's a really good touch. Get somebody who's a real-looking kind of guy, who's also a lawyer, not, another Robert Redford lookalike kind of thing, or David Hasselhoff style, And Michael Douglas does that a lot in his films. Not just casting, out of the Hollywood model machine. He casts, all assortment of kind of people. But
I like Michael Douglas a lot.
oh yeah.
He's
Well, now you see, he's a liberal guy. He was totally on the Biden team, and he said some incredibly stupid things, But but he's not a Tom Hanks complete lunatic leftist, in terms of how he appears in public. I mean, these other guys just shoot out their mouth all the time, like Whoopi Goldberg and Jane Fonda, and they're just demented people. De Niro,
It's getting old now, surprisingly. But have you seen Behind the Candelabra, where he's
the Liberace movie?
Yeah,
I saw a short part of that on some channel.
okay.
Who was the other actors in the film? It was him and
Matt Damon and
the third guy,
Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe was
Rob
his
Lowe. That was
plastic surgeon.
I saw that movie, and who played Liberace? Was that Michael Douglas?
That was Michael Douglas. Yeah.
Okay, I saw about a 10-minute clip of that, and I almost vomited
Really?
from this scene. Yeah, I thought this is absolutely vile. Here's a guy who did nothing, didn't do anything to anybody. Okay. Spent his whole life entertaining millions of people, a beloved show business figure, an absolute professional entertainer, dedicated to providing great entertainment. And it's a nice guy. And here they just throw him through the garbage heap in that movie, and the way they characterize him, the storyline, just disgusting. Of course, I think Michael Douglas got a Golden Globe or some awards for the movie or something. It was just filth, that's my opinion.
I didn't see it like that at all.
Well, I mean, I don't see why they had to pick on him. He didn't do anything to anybody that had him be portrayed like that. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
I mean, I thought it was fantastic.
Well,
like it was amazing.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I don't have any. I wouldn't see anything less of Liberace at all. Like, I mean, Yeah, I don't think he comes off looking bad at all. Like,
Oh, I thought he was
eccentric
treated horribly in
and
that scene I saw.
fantastic is what I would say. What do you think? What aspect of his character do you think they hurt?
Oh, I don't remember the clip, but I remember when I saw it. That's what I thought. Now, there was a movie made about Liberace, probably in the 80s, a TV movie. The same actor who played Liberace in that movie was the guy who played the Scorpio killer in Dirty Harry, the first one. Okay. His name is Andrew Robinson. He did a fantastic portrayal of Liberace, and it was polite and good-hearted. That's the word, the phrase. Okay. But he portrayed the pain in his life and the drama, but it was well-meaning and good-hearted. In the Michael Douglas movie, it was just like a National Enquirer tabloid. Take a dump on him. That's how I felt when I saw it.
Yeah,
But
I
hey,
don't get that at all.
okay. Well,
Unless you think that him being gay is scandalous.
no, not that at
Then
all. It was the portrayal. It was and the tone of the film. I mean, I just thought it was awful. But what can I tell you? Let me look up the name of that other film that this guy was in, because he was just he was fantastic as the Scorpio killer in Dirty Harry, the psycho mental case guy. And let me see if I can find this movie. No, I don't know, but here it is. It's called Liberace, and from 1988. I remember I saw it on TV, and I thought, well, this was really good. Okay, and I have no idea where it's available, if it is at all, but it was very, very nicely done. And it wasn't exploitative or anything like that. Here, it's on YouTube.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
describe Behind the Candelabra as like exploitative. And
Okay.
I mean, what I take from it is that he was a very fantastic person, and he didn't live an ordinary life.
Right. Okay. This is yeah. If you just look up, if you wanted to, Liberace,
Yeah, I'm seeing it
1988.
here in IMDb. Yeah,
Yeah, there it is.
my wife might
It's on
like to
YouTube.
see this,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna try and see if I can get a copy.
Yeah. But I just remember that as a very nicely done movie about the guy, without digging into all the personal stuff, which leave him alone. Why do you have to exploit his life? It's such,
Well, it is a biopic. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, if you want a squeaky clean documentary, you get a documentary.
Well, I mean, all right. So if you're going to do a movie about Ben Franklin, let's say, certainly a worthwhile movie topic. Okay.
Yes.
Fine, but there's so much in his life and career that you can focus on in the movie. Do you have to show him walking down the street at night, picking up whores and visiting ladyboy bars, and the shower scenes with Sharon Stone, and
If there was a biopic on Ben Franklin,
yeah, I mean, there's no
yeah,
reason
for sure. I mean,
really.
like,
Okay, well, there you go.
Adam Smith was a really incredibly good biopic. Miniseries on HBO. I love Adam Smith. No, sorry, was it Adam Smith? Yeah, it was Adam Smith. And yeah, they portrayed Ben Franklin as being smart, intelligent, very wise, but also liked his time in France.
Well, yes. Okay, that's historical truth. Okay. Well, let me put it this way. If you're doing the bio on J. Edgar Hoover, it would be essential to reveal his personal life because of his job and his career and his image. Then you have to have scenes of him dancing around wearing a woman's dress, and his boyfriend being the assistant director, as his lover. That's essential. You can't gloss over that, because that's key to the story. But
I have not been able to sit through that movie. Hoover.
Was that Leonardo DiCaprio? So I'm not going to watch it.
I have not been able to sit through it. Like it's just not.
Yeah, you're not going to miss anything.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's also got a great director, if I recall.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's Oliver Stone. Who is it? Clint Eastwood. Fuck. Yeah, it's Clint Eastwood directed, and it's just not that interesting.
Well, you know that movie Clint Eastwood did about American Sniper, was that the title?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, very important story to tell, but I was disappointed in the filmmaking. I just felt like
It's a
it
pretty
was
TV
very
movie, yeah.
it was very slow, and the pacing was just not there. And I felt, well, listen, the guy's 80 plus years old, or however old he was then, maybe 80, late 70s, and yeah, he doesn't. You could see his diminishing capabilities in the final product. It was, eh, you
Well,
know.
he's made movies after that,
Oh,
and
I know he's
those
amazing.
those have
Yeah,
been those have been really good.
yeah. Well,
But I tell you what really sucks is a lot of these movies that were based on true stories from the global war and terror era, and maybe even later.
mhm.
There's been a lot happening in the YouTube space, interviewing these people, and a lot of them are just fake. Fake. Did you remember the movie Lone Survivor?
Oh yeah,
Paul
about the
Berg
Navy
and his,
SEAL.
yeah, and that's probably one of the most amazing movies and stories that I've seen.
Hmm.
And I had it as in my America list. I've got like the short list of movies where I say these are the movies you watch to understand America, and that was one of them. And it came out in the last year.
Well, I never
So
saw the
there's
movie. I'm familiar with the book and the guy who's the actual. I forgot his
Latrell,
name.
yeah, the book.
Luttrell. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I
So
don't. I never
he
saw the
was on a
film.
podcast recently, about like 4 months ago,
Yeah.
where he said the first time he had heard of the book was them handing him a full copy of the book already written while he was still at hospital. Like
You know, I think I heard something like that.
he had had no involvement at
Right.
all in what was said in the book and the movie.
Hmm.
At all. Like it's just complete State
Fiction.
Department
Complete fiction.
fabrication. Yeah, complete fiction.
Fabrication. Hmm.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that, yeah, he literally is alive and everyone else is dead, almost everything, it didn't come from a debrief. It was just complete fiction.
So they bought the book and then rewrote the book for the movie. That's
Yeah,
not that's common in Hollywood history.
yeah.
Buy the
And
title, and then rewrite it the way you want. You bought the rights, so
no. I believe the movie was relatively faithful to the book, but the book was the first. It's apparently written by him. Okay,
right.
the first time he had anything to do with the book was him being handed a full copy of the book already written while he was still in hospital.
But he didn't
He had
write the
talked
book,
to
or
no
he
one.
did.
He didn't write a single thing.
Right. I see.
No one had even talked to him about any
Mm.
aspect of what had gone on, and then they could go off and write it, Ghost Rider or something like that.
Okay,
He
right.
was handed a full copy of the book while he was still recovering.
Now let me look up the actual book cover and see what it says. Here, Amazon Lone Survivor. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. Oh, it doesn't say it's okay. Here, let me just blow this up here. Lone Survivor by Marcus Luttrell and Patrick Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
So, if what you're saying is correct, and there's no reason to disbelieve what you said, this guy Patrick Robinson wrote the book, and it got published, and then he gave it to Marcus Luttrell and go, "Here's the book."
Well, I mean, it's all prior to that. I mean, the State Department got all the ball rolling and all that
Right.
kind
So
of
they told
stuff,
him, "We're
right?
going to write
It's
a book
not.
about you," and they hired this guy to write the book, but he
No,
was
no,
not involved in the book.
they didn't even say that. Like the very first thing that he heard of a book was him being handed the book.
Right.
Like
So it was
he
already handed to him as by Marcus Luttrell with
yes,
Patrick Robertson, and he had nothing to do with it at all.
yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
Okay.
And it was all fabrication, and for a decade he just had to kind of go along with it, and it's got made into a major movie and everything, and he wins the Navy Cross, and what can you do?
So the
What was
movie
he
was
supposed to do?
faithful to the book, but the
Yes,
book was not actually faithful to the guy's real story.
correct.
Got it. Okay. Because the book cover says the eyewitness account of Operation Red Wing and the lost heroes of SEAL Team 10. But the guy who wrote it was not on the SEAL Team 10.
Right. It was just State Department lies,
Right.
basically.
Well, all right.
Yeah, completely wild. And American Sniper also has similar issues, where there's a lot of special forces guys who've come out saying, "Look, it's been a long time now since his death, and quite frankly, a lot of this stuff is fake."
Now, was Marcus Luttrell in active service at that time when he was presented with the book? Do you know?
He was recovering from Operation Red Wings.
So he may have still been in active duty. I mean, and still in service.
Yeah, absolutely. He wasn't.
So he may have
dismissed in
been
any
just.
way.
So he may have, when the guy gave him that book in the hospital bed, he might have said, "Fuck this shit. I never wrote this. Fuck you." And then a general may have come in and said, "No, we're going with this. It's too important
No,
that we get the
exactly,
story out."
exactly. It's like that's what warfare is, right?
Sure.
That's war. That's part of
So
war. Is
that
the
may have been
stories
what
and
happened. Yeah.
yeah. No, that's what I take it to be. Like
Yeah, and the guy said, "Look,
I
just go
don't
with this. Just go with it. We need the PR value of your life, and you're not the first time we've ever done this. So
exactly. And there's another guy recently, Tim Kennedy, who was a poster child for the army because he wrestled he fought in UFC while still being in the army, and he was also he was actually a special forces soldier, so there's nothing to hide about it. So he's not like stolen valor or anything like that, but he is stolen valor from the perspective that he describes doing things in the army that he literally never did, or even worse were war crimes, or worse were situations where he was a complete jackass and probably should have been dismissed from the army. And so a lot of his peers have come out in the last 3 months saying that. And this is a person who's been pictured with Donald Trump like many times and stuff like that. Like he's really high up there in terms of being a poster child of the army and everything. And you can tell like the army has no interest in trying to debunk a creation that they've supported. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people out there, Navy SEALs and otherwise, that have really been encouraged to go to the media and tell these wild tales of adventure and heroism.
yeah.
But it's actually, a lot of it is just fake, straight up fake.
right now, I never saw the film, but I just looked it up. It's free on Amazon. Lone Survivor. Mark
amazing
Wahlberg
movie,
stars
yeah.
in the incredible true story of 4 heroic Navy SEALs ambushed on a covert mission in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
So I'll watch it.
It's an amazing movie, but I probably can never watch it ever again. I've watched it like maybe 4 or 5 times. It's an amazing movie. I really rate it highly. It's an amazing story, but I mean the fact that it's not, it's just fiction.
So he never
I'm
sat down with the writer and said, "Okay, I'll tell you the story."
correct.
Okay,
Correct.
well, that's
And
yeah.
and you can tell because there's a lot of people in the military who've asked to comment on it, and even me. I know enough, and I'm just a pleb, but
Yeah.
I know enough that some of the things don't make any sense. Like
Right.
there was a part where the team commander, their lieutenant, or it might have been sergeant, but whatever. He was
Yeah.
the leader of their squad, and they have a decision to make about whether or not they abandon the mission, or they tie these people up, make a run for it, or they kill them on sight, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he took a vote, and I was like, I have never ever seen a situation, civilian or military, where the leader would leave a crucial decision to be a democratic process.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never. Have you ever experienced that?
I may have seen that in other movies. Offhand, I can't think of it being 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But
And
in real battle, is that what they do? I don't know. There may be
there's
scenes, there may be moments in real battle where the captain says to his team, "Listen, this is what we got to. This is what we're facing, and it's up to you. Should we? I don't know. I mean, if the captain's under orders, then those are the orders. But is he going to
yeah,
take a vote? It doesn't seem like that would work. But
no,
I don't
it's
know.
completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's like a huge fucking tell. Like this is like, yeah, I always found that very very fucking weird. But yeah, like, you know what? It is weird because it was all fake. And
Mm. Well,
it
listen,
was
it's probably not
extremely
as
fake.
bad though as the Clint Eastwood movie where he played Gunnery Sergeant Highway, and he has to take this team of he becomes the sergeant of this group of Marines who are the biggest bunch of retards you've ever seen, and
Heartbreak
beyond
Ridge.
unrealistic.
That was a good
I mean,
movie.
but no, they want to fight the sergeant. They call him names. They're living like it's a Hawaiian bungalow on the beach in the barracks. I mean, it's just retarded. You know. I mean, it's just each one of those guys would be in the brig the second he walked in there. And look at
Right.
them; they're just Anyway, but yeah, whatever. Anyway,
I like Heartbreak Ridge. I mean, yeah, it probably isn't realistic. Like, just how ornery they are compared to, you know.
no, they look like a bunch of surfing dudes, sitting out at the beach, with long hair and talking back to the officers and to the sergeant and
Right.
fuck you, we're not going to do that. So then he punches him. He punches the big guy who just came out of the shower and Swede. Who said, you don't go to your gunnery sergeant, and say, okay, I'm going to punch you in the face. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
nonsense.
Man, that movie was a crazy success. Do you realize this?
Well,
I'm just
yeah, I mean,
looking at the
accuracy
Wikipedia.
is not required.
No,
So
but $121 million box office in
amazing,
1986.
amazing.
That is insane.
Mm,
I mean, let me see. Like, I think the Batman movie was probably the biggest movie of the 80s.
mm.
I think its box office is pretty intense. Let me just see if I can find that Batman. No, I don't want the Batman. Where's fucking 1989 Batman? 89.
I saw the Batman movie with the Joker.
Yeah.
The not Jack Nicholson, the other Joker one, Heath Ledger.
Oh, Dark Knight.
I saw that one, and maybe one other one, but I didn't follow the Batman movies.
Okay, Batman 1989, 411 million. Okay, that kind of
Right?
puts it in its place, but
Was that the one with George Clooney?
no, that's the first one. Michael Keaton.
Right. Yeah, I didn't see that one. And I'm not going to watch the George Clooney one. There's no point.
No, that one's crazy. But the original Batman is okay. It's okay.
Hmm.
Returns is not okay, and neither are any of the other three. But did you like Dark Knight?
If I were 10 years old, I would have liked it. I'm not into it.
I didn't like Dark Knight. It seemed very very serious, even though it seemed
I mean,
corny.
it's a movie for kids, but it was sure pretty intense, not for kids. So, but I don't remember what I thought when I watched it. But I'm not into that movie. The Batman movies.
Yeah, I sort of fell out of love with Christopher Nolan during the Batman movies. I just felt that the tone was just way too serious for something that was pretty stupid
Mm-hmm.
ultimately. And it was just way too much, like taking it way too seriously. And you can have a brooding, like for example, I really loved the Batman. I don't know if you've seen that.
Who played in that?
That one is Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I never saw that.
Okay, it's cool. It's like a very young Batman. He's like
Uh-huh.
he looks like he's in his late 20s, and he's just sort of starting out. And he's just got like a black car. It's not a
Okay, I never saw
Batmobile
that.
as it is at this stage. That was a few years ago, just like 3 years ago, 2022. Has Colin Farrell as one of the bad guys.
Did you see a movie, I guess, from the Batman spin-off or something called Joker or The Joker?
Yeah,
And
the
Robert De Niro had a
Joker.
Robert De
Joker
Niro
is
had a
amazing. That's an amazing movie.
really. So the scene I remember is a bank robbery, and the Joker is on a TV talk show panel hosted by Robert De Niro,
Right.
and he pulls out a gun and shoots De Niro right on the show.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Now, what is
Yeah.
this fucking shit? Yeah. So,
What
not
do you mean?
impressed.
What is? No, the Joker's amazing. It's incredible.
Is that movie for teenagers or over 18?
Yeah, it's kind of over 18. I mean, that has so many themes that are so wild that I would say there's plenty of adults that probably aren't fit to watch that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see the point of it, you know. But,
Well, he's the Joker.
you know, all
He's
the ridiculous
basically,
violence. Like, he pulls out the gun and shoots De Niro, you know, while he's being interviewed.
I think you need to see the movie. I think
Yeah.
you need to see the movie. Like it's not like the movie isn't just about him blasting people or something. It's, yeah, you got to see the movie. A lot of it is a commentary on how violent society has become. He's not the instigator of it. He's the outcome, not the how would you say, the input.
I mean, he's a victim of society.
Yeah, yeah, and not in your sort of like liberal boohoo sort of thing. No, he's taking full agency, but this is how he sees. Basically, the world really, really, really sucks.
Hmm.
is really the what the Joker sees, and he's just an agent of, how do you say, chaos, and he's sort of rebelling against, why can't we just have a nice civil society? And I was like, if everyone's gonna treat each other like shit, then maybe I need to change things up a little bit. So in many ways, this is more, his storyline is a lot more similar to like The Brave One, or a number of other sort of vigilante films, or like Death Wish or something like that, where it's like, well, if you're not going to clean this up, then I'm going to do something about it. But obviously the Joker's bent isn't to quote unquote clean it up and make it good and it's a happy fairy tale. He's like, well, I'm just going to embrace this madness.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated than just like,
Yeah.
Joker's
Well, all
going around
right.
blasting people.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say it's one of the best movies of that decade. And the Batman sort of comes from, it's quote unquote a sequel to Joker, but I've also heard that Joker, the second movie, Folie à Deux, you should not watch it. Just don't watch that movie. It's like
Because
well, the original movie goes through a lot of character development, and they apparently, for this second movie, they reset all of that character development to basically run it again. I'm just like, what the fuck? No, I want to see what happens next, not reset the whole thing. It seems terrible, basically.
wow. All right.
Yeah, they completely lost the plot. I don't know. At some point, Lady Gaga got in there, and I don't know. Whatever the hell happened, it happened, and is not worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Joker was so serious. When I went to watch it in Seattle, there were like 4 policemen there.
You mean security or in the
Yeah.
audience?
Yeah, at the doors.
Right. I see.
It was like this, like it had so much. It was really like an Exorcist moment in cinema again. You know, I remember like an Exorcist, like, oh my God, you see
Mm-hmm.
this movie, people go crazy and stuff like that. That's really what they thought with Joker, is that people would go crazy, and you know, and they were like all around the country, like every screening had police presence. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, I highly recommend watching Joker. I mean,
Who's the actor who played Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay. Now he was in. I've seen him in some movies.
Yeah,
And did you ever see Nicolas Cage in 8 Millimeter?
yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, I really tough movie, but
Yeah.
really, it was
Can
really
you
good.
believe that that's not a very popular movie? A lot of people haven't seen it. Most
It's
people
a
haven't seen it.
really hard, tough film, but it was really good. And the guy, Joaquin Phoenix, he played the guy in the book, the adult bookshop,
Yeah,
the clerk
yeah.
who helps Nicolas Cage with get around
Get
town.
around. Yeah,
And at the moment, I didn't recall who he was, and I thought, wow, this guy's really good.
yeah,
This guy's characterization he's really got it good.
yeah.
Then I
James
looked up the
James
credits.
Gandolfini as well. I
He
mean,
was in there too. Yeah, yeah.
I tell you what's crazy. So that's a hard, crazy movie,
Right,
and the director is Joel Schumacher
right,
of
right.
Batman and
Sure.
Robin and Batman Forever. But you
Hmm.
know, look, just because Joel Schumacher did those 2 movies doesn't mean. I love Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. He did Falling Down, which
Falling
I really
Down, yeah,
liked. You know,
and Phone Booth is also a really good one from him.
Phone Booth. I never
Um,
saw that.
yeah, it's Colin Farrell, and
Okay.
the premise is it's just this like this young yuppie in New York, and he picks up uh, you know, a ringing pay booth phone, and then he's like immediately told, I've got a rifle, I'm trained on you right now, and blah blah blah, and the whole movie takes place in the phone booth. Like it's a very interesting movie.
Let me look that up.
Yeah, very very interesting movie.
2002, Phone Booth. Let's see.
It's one of Colin Farrell's like earliest movies. I think it's his first leading man movie
All
in
right.
USA.
Publicist
Um,
Stuart Shepard finds himself trapped in a phone booth pinned down by an extortionist sniper rifle. Unable to leave or receive outside help, Stewart's negotiation with the caller leads to a jaw-dropping climax. Colin Farrell, Kiefer Sutherland, Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, I never saw it.
yeah, it's good. It's really good.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. Or I'll save it for later to
Yeah,
put it on the list. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I haven't seen 8 millimeter. I haven't been able to find a Blu-ray of 8 millimeter. Um,
Well, I saw it
it's
on one of the regular websites. It was available, but I don't. It was wasn't a
I
Blu-ray
want
or
it on
anything.
Blu-ray. Like that movie's worth it, like for sure.
Hmm.
Like to see it like in high quality and everything. I mean, it's a very disturbing movie. I mean, I only learned of a movie Hardcore.
I
I
saw
got
that. Yeah.
I only learned of that like years after 8 millimeter,
Right.
and because it was so far apart between watching both movies,
And that
I
was with
wasn't.
George C. Scott.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure about how much 8 millimeter is really retreading hardcore, or if like they're independently good or something.
They were both good. 8 Millimeter was much more. I mean, you really
Brooding
felt
and
dirty after the movie
scary.
was
Yeah,
over. Yeah, it's like, oh boy, it was such going into the depths of sick society level of society. but
Yeah, some sicko elitist.
yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. Now you're saying that, I think I recognize the same thing, that I felt like hardcore sort of has this problem of being just too naive, as in like, oh, adult industry, evil, evil, evil. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
just sort of plastering any kind of adult sex work as like being nasty, evil, and this, guys getting to the bottom of it. It's
Mhm.
quite pedestrian,
Well,
but
yeah,
8 mm
but hardcore.
subject is
Yeah, he
way
was looking
more.
for his daughter, who was just involved in the porn industry in L.A. Okay,
Yes, yeah,
in 8 mm, he was looking for people involved in
snuff,
snuff
actual
porn,
snuff. Yeah,
which was the very bottom of the depths of society of of breathing humans.
yeah,
Hardcore. He wanted to rescue his daughter, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
only
There's this
entered
sort
the
of
the light.
naive
He
idea of
only
I'm going to
entered the basic
rescue.
level of the porn scene.
Yeah,
Hardcore. He went to the sewer to
yeah,
find the girl.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah, yeah. 8 mm. I love Nicolas Cage. I
Mm,
really love Nicolas Cage. I wish I had. Maybe I do. I wish I had the time to watch all of his movies.
really?
Yeah, I know most of them suck, but
Hmm.
um, you know what? They all probably have a little bit of flair. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Nicolas Cage is just such an amazing actor, and a resident of Las Vegas,
Hmm.
who may or may not be a client of my AD.
Ah, all right.
Yeah, and in
So
fact,
if you go to your
yeah,
AD sometime and you see him there talking to one of the sales reps, and he's looking at a tutor,
hmm
are you going to walk over and go, "Hey, you don't want that. You want this one."
no, I mean Nicolas Cage has really had lots and lots of watches in his
Hmm.
lifetime. And I know of one piece at least that went through my AD and came out the other end as a on their used section.
Hmm.
So I know that he sold them a watch or two.
Hmm.
And Mark Wahlberg, not necessarily selling though, but I know that he looks at watches in
Hmm.
Vegas. So yeah, very, very interesting. I'd love to have a watch that was owned by Nicolas Cage, but the one that they had on sale was not very nice. It wasn't a Rolex. It was some
Well,
other
if you bought the
weird brand.
watch, that was one that you would really like, and the dealer said, "Yeah, Nicolas Cage sold this last week. He gave it to us. He sold it to us, and you bought it. How could you? How would, other than a story that you would be able to tell, how would you verify that to anybody that this was a Nicolas Cage original owner
I
watch?"
don't think I'd care. I
All
don't
right,
think I'd
okay,
care. Yeah,
yeah.
I'd trust that my AD told the truth, but I wouldn't
Oh, she
worry
told you the
about.
truth, but would there be any documentation that
Yeah,
he was the actual owner?
I wouldn't really care.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Like I bought the watch. I don't. I'm not buying a piece of paper as well. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So I wouldn't really care. I would trust that it was the case,
Hmm.
and that would be enough for me. I wouldn't be looking for like resale value beyond. I don't
Right.
think there is
Right.
much resale value beyond for being like an ex Nicolas Cage watch, or at
Hmm.
least I wouldn't pay for much more. I mean, I would buy it, and so I guess that the market price would increase. I mean, the one that I did spot in my AD was the Tiger Eye Daytona,
Hmm.
very gaudy and crazy with
Hmm.
sort of like this cougar leather strap, and I asked like, "Is this Nicolas Cage's watch? Because if it is, I'll probably have to buy it."
Wow. Where would you wear that watch if you bought it?
Well, I've got a gold Daytona. I mean, it would
I mean, yeah.
just
So if you bought
that
the
would have been the
Tiger's Eye
watch.
one, on what occasion would you say this? I'll wear that one.
Yeah, whenever I'm going out to fine dining or something like
Uh-huh.
that, or I feeling special for the day. I
Right.
normally wear
Right.
my gold Daytona whenever Bitcoin gets to a new
Hmm.
all-time high price, which might be today. Let's see. It's still hovering at 122. So yeah, normally if there's something to celebrate, I'm wearing the gold Daytona.
I see.
Not necessarily just going out, but even at home. I feel good today. Gold
Hmm.
Daytona. So that's something people always assume. Like there's a lot of studies that quote unquote, experiences are more valuable than objects, or things. But I think they're really only talking about cars. That the allure of a new car or a sports car actually fades very, very quickly. But for watches, there's been times where I've had a watch for like 2 years already, and I feel better about it like today than I do, 2 years ago. Like I
Oh,
feel
I would feel the
more attached
same.
to
I
it.
would feel that way about a musical instrument. The longer you have it and treasure it, the more you're just connected to it.
Exactly,
You don't want
exactly.
to
So
sell it.
I don't understand these all these people and stories who keep repeating, "Oh, you should go for a holiday instead of buying that thing." I was like, "No, I fucking love my watches.
Hmm.
Like I love them. Like I really love them. Like I'll wear a watch. And I feel as good as I did the day that I bought it, maybe even better.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm having fun. Like I'm there's nothing diminished about my experience of it at all. So yeah, I don't understand all of this, experiences over things stuff, because I mean the things that I like, I don't know, I really like them. There's no real question about it. But the things I don't buy are cars. I don't buy cars.
Hmm.
Like I think it would be very difficult for a car to live up to, um, the expectation and the money
Hmm.
all the time. Partially because a car's going to cost a lot of money.
Well, certainly, um, so can the watch, but
Yeah, but
even
you
more
can
than the
sell the
car.
watch, and
Yeah.
there's not really more ongoing cost. Like the carrying cost of a watch is like how much do you value drawer space? It's not that
Hmm.
much.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that's kind of what I think about. Like for sure, there are ways objects can own you. Like a car, I see that as just as a chaos generator. Like there's only things that can go wrong with a car.
Hmm.
Like they
Yeah.
can't go exceedingly right. You know what I mean? It's like, I wonder what happens if I park my car over here in this shady parking lot. I mean, will I win the lottery when I come back? Or, like, how good could it get?
Well, yeah. Hey, it's 12 people watching. Thank you all for watching the show. And yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have the interest in going out and buying a brand new top of the line fancy car or
No,
luxury car.
no. I mean, ironically, maybe. I kind of like it would be cool to have a Ferrari for
Hmm.
a little bit, but I mean, I like genuinely enjoy it in my quiet time when I'm just sitting at home. Um, No. And then if I want to do something like go to Costco, do I want to bring the Ferrari? No.
Right.
Do I want to take it on a road trip? Well, not the roads around here, no. Like realistically, it there's it has no value at all. Like,
Hmm.
um, so no. I'm thinking about getting a truck. Now that myself and my wife are retired,
Hmm.
we may be doing things in the morning, and one of us wants to go here. I want to go there. Specifically, in my mind, I might want to go play golf, but I don't want to. But we got to drop the kid off at school first, so that means the earliest tea time I could accept would be like 10 a.m. So
Hmm.
maybe I want to get out there earlier. Or if I want to go shooting in the desert, I tend to like to do that early in the morning, like 8 a.m.
Hmm.
And that's just you can't do that if the kids have to be dropped off. So
Right.
there is a need for a second vehicle now that I'm free from next week. So I've been thinking about like maybe a Toyota Tacoma, like a
Hmm.
7 or 8 year old one.
Oh, you wouldn't buy a brand new one.
I don't see the point.
Hmm.
I mean, with Toyotas, there is kind of a point because like the used prices are hardly diminished compared to the new prices, so
Hmm.
there isn't a huge penalty buying new. But I would just save the money anyway. I'd get an older one, and an older one would have the same drivetrain as my minivan. So that's what I'm thinking. I get a
Mm.
Tacoma. Is what I'm thinking. But I kind of would like a bigger one. I'd like something that I could buy an ATV and then use an ATV in the desert. So and someone said use a trailer. I was like, I don't know if I want a trailer because I want to off road and then use the ATV from the point at which it becomes a trail rather than
Hmm.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I have to ask people who actually use ATVs what they actually do. What do you drive?
Oh, I don't have a car. I haven't had a car since I left Los Angeles.
Ah, okay. So
I mean, if I need to go
you're in the
somewhere,
thick of
I can rent a
Portland.
car, but
Yeah,
I just don't have it. I don't really have a need for it. What I spend on Lyft to get around in a month
that's nice. Yeah,
is way economical than buying a
yeah.
car and gas and
I
insurance
I
and
didn't have a car in Seattle.
yeah. And
That
when I
was
was
six and
there,
a
it was
half years of my
still the
life.
buses were still fairly pleasant to get around, and they're plentiful everywhere. So
Yeah,
I didn't need the
I used
car.
buses. I would use Uber occasionally. I really wouldn't
Yeah,
use it that often. I would either walk or use a bus.
yeah.
But I also had a car rental, a budget, like 1 block from where I lived. So on the weekend, we would rent a car very
Mm.
often.
Yeah, yeah.
Not every single time, but usually, but we'd only need it 1 day a week. We'd do the thing on Saturday, return it Sunday morning, and then Sunday we would just chill, you know, keep to ourselves a little bit. We had a rule for ourselves that we didn't want to do any socializing on Sundays
Hmm.
because just between the two of us, we both worked at Amazon, some very high stress jobs, and
Hmm.
we realized that we didn't really feel good when we'd also try to pack in too much, stuff on the weekend. So
Hmm.
Saturday's a fun day, Sundays just try to chill.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you rent often?
No, because I could take a bus to go anywhere, really. I mean, if I wanted to go to the coast or Mount Hood or whatever, there's buses that go like what, $10, $5, and it's
Oh,
just
cool.
easier. You know, I don't need
That
the
is true.
car, so.
Yeah, we traveled all over Washington. Our country club was about 20 minutes south of, maybe 30 minutes south of Seattle. So we'd
Hmm.
normally be doing that like Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or something like that. But yeah,
Hmm.
it was far more economical because I mean, even just a parking space at our apartment would be like $350 or something
Hmm.
if we wanted a parking space. But because we only needed the parking space 1 day a week, I just had them included in our rent, as in like it wasn't an added item. I just say, hey, part of a lease renewal this year, you've increased my rent by, $100. I want something out of that. Give me, unlimited parking of my
Yeah,
rental.
right.
But you know me, I'm not renting every single day. But just give me a buzzer so you can let my car in each time, and we'll just call it a day.
Right, right.
Um, and so that was very economical. I mean, renting the car even every weekend would only cost, I think, less than $40 a day,
Hmm.
$50 a day. So we're talking maybe $200 to $300 a month, which was less than the price of parking. Never mind paying for a car, maintaining
Yeah, yeah.
insurance, blah blah blah. Just renting it was just way cheaper than even just paying for the parking for it. So yeah, there's a few cities in America that are like that. So I guess moving to like Las Vegas or Florida or something like that, where you need a car, is not that appealing to you.
I mean, if I needed a car, I would buy a car, but here I don't need one because
Yeah.
how much is if I bought a $40,000 Honda Civic, whatever it costs, and then insurance, and then all the gasoline,
Mhm.
compared to a couple hundred a month or whatever it is for Uber,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't see any
absolutely.
point. Or 250 a month, whatever. I don't see the point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the moment, that's what my wife and I would do.
And frankly, I
We
don't really
just
like
Uber.
driving anymore. I mean, it's not like I was years ago when I really enjoyed it. You know, like when I drove across country, and that was a really fun time. But I wouldn't do that now. You know.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just have a budget for Uber. As I said, as long as that budget stays under the cost of a second car, it just makes more sense to keep doing
right.
Uber.
Right.
But for the things that I might be doing, it doesn't really make sense to do an Uber as much, like going to the golf courses and going out to the desert, shoot some stuff.
Right.
It's kind of thing an Uber's not going to
Also, there is an
really
advantage
accommodate.
to a rental car to do that, as opposed to having an Uber pull up at your place, and you're loading it up with rifles and ammo cans. You know,
Right.
that might freak somebody out. So,
Yeah. I have done a few rentals, but it's kind of awkward because I got to get an Uber to the airport and then Uber home. So it's sort of a fair bit of effort to actually get a rental. And I tried the local rental place here. Fucking scam artists, just ridiculous. Like I go into Hertz, and they have a manager's special. Okay, and I've done the manager's special before at the airport, and they have a silhouette of the vehicle, and you can kind of tell what they're going to give you now. They don't promise you exactly, but you know it is what it is. And the manager special that I went to the airport for was a Ram 2500 truck, which was good because I wanted to go up into the snow. And, you know, so I've done a manager special for. So the manager special for the local casino here, which is about, 5 minutes away, it showed a Mustang. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun. Just go, well, let's try that out. Me and the wife just go for a spin, just trying things out. And I get an Uber there, so I pay like $25 for an Uber to get there, and then the guy isn't there, and then he shows up and he's full on dimwit. Now, I don't treat anyone badly, but he's like, "Oh, I don't think I've got any manager specials left." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm already committed to this, and
right.
I've already paid as well. And then he goes, "Oh, I do have one Mustang left." And I'm like, "Wow, that's great because I mean that is the manager's special. I mean that's
Right.
what I that's what I expected actually." And he goes, "No, that's not a manager's special." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like it's meant to be that." And then he's like, "No, it's meant to be like a hatchback or something like that. This I can give it to you." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's great." I was like, why do we need to have this conversation? This is what I
Right.
expected. And then he's like, "Oh, it'll be an extra $300." And I'm like, "What?" Like, no, I've come here. I've paid for an Uber to come here. Give me the car that you have available, and don't upcharge me. I was like, "No, I can't do that." But believe me, I rented cars in Seattle for 6.5 years. There's
Yeah.
no requirement to upcharge someone for that, especially when it was the vehicle I actually expected.
Right. Right.
This is insane. So, what could I do? Like, I'm not going to sit there arguing with him. He's clearly just trying to scam me and being a complete shit. So, left it at that. But yeah, basically, I can't get a
So,
good car
being
for
influenced
local.
by that scene in The Joker, you took out your gun and shot him, and the audience applauded. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, what a fucking scam artist. Like, that's literally a full-on bait and switch.
Correct.
It's a full-on bait and switch. I felt like reporting him to the what are the official avenues? Not just a Google review, but to like Better Business Bureau or something like that. And I think I found it. I think I did lodge a complaint saying this is just complete bait and switch. Like, this is like textbook bait and switch. I booked a car. They tell me they have a car, but they want more money for it. Basically, that's all there is to it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that would be no different than pulling up in the drive-through at McDonald's and saying, "Give me the Happy Meal number 2, burger, drink, and fries,"
Mm.
and it says $4.98, or $12.95. Then when you pull up, the girl says, "All right, that'll be $15." You go, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Well, we had that's with the fries, so it's $15.
Yeah.
So, but that's what it says on the menu board. Well, no, but we have to charge you extra for the fries. Makes as
Yeah.
much sense.
That was basically it. I
Yeah.
was pretty angry, but I'm old enough to know that. Well, I was never that. I've never been that kind of person. Like I'm trying to figure out like, what's the best outcome that can be raised here, and like there was nothing. There was nothing to do really. I mean,
Yeah.
getting angry is not going to help, and I mean, I told him like this kind of ridiculous. I've paid money to get the reservation I've had, and so I told him my mind, and that's just what he's trying to do. And there was a poor girl before me that he was scamming as well, and I'm just, this is ridiculous. Like,
You can also do is you go to the consumer reporter guy at the local TV station, and they love these kinds of stories, and they'll go ahead and have one of the producer staff rent a car like you just did,
Mhm.
but they film it, and when the guy says, "Okay, I can give it to you for another 300," and the person goes, "Well, what are you talking about? I just made the deal on the website," and then they broadcast it's a scam,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I did put a Google review. I did the Better Business Bureau and stuff like that. But I mean, I looked at the Google reviews. A lot of people had the same experience of being bait and switched, of course.
Right,
But
right.
it's a hotel, so they still get people trying to walk in and
Right.
getting the best service that they can. And it's also Vegas, so there's a lot of people who are just trying to do a drop off.
I'll tell you a scam in Vegas. When I flew in, this is when I flew in from Japan. I flew into Vegas and went out to the taxi lane and got a taxi. And there were several bags. I was with somebody. So the guy who was standing there next to his cab, the cab behind the cab I was, hiring, this guy, the other driver, walks over and picks up one of the bags and helps the other driver put it in the trunk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think anything about it. So then we get in the car, and the driver goes, "Where to?" And I said, "I don't know what hotel it was. Whatever, Hilton. Well, I don't know what it was.
Whatever.
And he goes, "All right, that's going to be about $17 for the ride, and we'll add on $2 for the help of the other driver for helping
Right.
out." Yeah. I said, "What?"
What?
I just looked at him like,
Yeah.
"What?" So that's a scam they do there, and most customers won't say anything. They'll just go, "Oh," especially if they're from another country. They won't know
That's
what's going on.
hilarious. I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah.
Because it's a fixed rate from the
Yeah, well, the other
airport to
guy
the
who I
thing,
never
so that-
asked, he grabbed the suitcase, one of the suitcases, and helped put it in the trunk.
Yeah.
So the driver goes, "All right, that's going to be $17 to the Golden Nugget, and we'll give, and that'll include $2. We'll add on $2 for the help from the other guy, from the
Yeah.
other driver."
That's
And
how they can get around the
they do that all day long. Probably 50% of the
rate.
customers don't object.
yeah. Nasty.
Yeah, it was really shit.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah.
All over the world. Like I got a ride from the airport in Manila to my hotel, and my hotel isn't in the middle of nowhere. It's a nice hotel. I can't remember what it was, but it's 5 stars. And the bloody he was doing something to the meter. I'm like, the meter wasn't going or something, and then we get to the hotel finally, and he's chatting nicely and everything. We're having good conversation. But I noticed like the meter, like he fiddled with it, but it was running, and then he got to the hotel and he asked me for $100, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Mhm.
Like what? What's the meter? And then he literally resets the meter in front of me, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? What kind of
And
scam
what
is
city
this?
was this?
Manila, in the
Manila, right?
Philippines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you literally just reset the meter. And he's like, he's trying to feign ignorance and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you think you're asking me $100 for? I'm not even American. Like why do you think asking $100? What? This isn't the Philippines, not pesos. And I got out of the car. I said, just wait there. And so then I went to the hotel staff or something like that. I was like, I'm not talking to that guy. What's he owed? Like, what's a trip from the airport? Blah blah blah. I can't remember exactly what I did, but I said I'm not going back out there to talk to him. Like, he's just trying to scam me. So I'm like, well, why? I don't owe him anything. But I can't remember exactly what I did. But
I know somebody on the YouTube, who would do that if they were driving a taxi in the Philippines.
do what? Ask for $100?
Yeah. I know somebody who definitely would operate like that. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah. But I mean, what a cockamamie scam. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. What do you think? I mean, like the $2 thing, I think that can slide a little bit because it's like it's a bit of money on blah blah blah. It's a tipping culture, who knows, blah blah blah. It's not, but $100 in Manila, ridiculous. I mean, $100 fare. 12 years later, like this was 12 years ago. 12 years later.
Oh, well, I would
fare in
think
America is
$100 in
crazy.
the Philippines will get you from the airport to the hotel, dinner, and a night out with a girl, drink on all the drinks.
Exactly. And he wanted 100. Like, how many times has he even attempted to do this? This is completely ridiculous. To go all in on that, and like, there's no game to be had. It's just like $100. Ridiculous. I mean,
Well, you could have been like GD from Argentina and said, I'll give you 100 pesos, 100 Argentinian pesos.
I wasn't even. He shouldn't have assumed much from me. I mean, I was 20. I think I was 26 years old at the time.
Right.
I was 26 years old. Yeah, I was in a suit, but I'm 26 years old. How much money do you really think I've got? I'm here for work. I mean, they don't sell the richest people. Send the richest people from the office to fucking Manila. Like this. Believe me, this is not the richest account. Completely insane.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Like taxi drivers, they deserve the reputation they've got.
Have you ever flown into Rome?
No, I've only, the only Italian city I've been to is Milan.
Right.
What's up with
Well,
Rome?
I mean, Italian guys I used to know, they told me that if you ever fly into Rome, you got to be really careful. I go, about what? They said, well, this is what they told me, these guys who were from there. And they said, if you ever go out to the main Rome train station or the airport and you get in, there's gypsies all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to watch your wallet, okay? Watch for pickpockets. And if you get looking for a taxi, you got to be really careful because these guys will rip you off beyond belief with all kinds of scams and stuff.
For sure. Yeah. A lot of gypsies. It's kind of awful.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they told me. So, all right.
Yeah, in London, I like, to me it's the most abhorrent thing, but I've seen equivalent things in other places, and there was this gypsy woman like carrying this like 2-year-old, 3-year-old girl through the tube, and just asking for money the whole way through, just taking this poor little girl in the tube all day long, and the tube in summer is hot. It's awful. It's an awful place to be. Like, the air quality is just so bad. It's a terrible place to be dragging a kid around just for what? For money? Ridiculous. Completely disgusting. I felt.
I think that lady now has a YouTube channel in the watch community. And she fits right in.
Yeah. I mean, some people, like, they're naive enough to think that, like, oh, poor person. I should give them money. What a poor situation. I was like, no, these people are making a lot of money. A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I see similar things in America, like people holding up signs at intersections. Oh, I've got cancer.
Right.
You know, they've even got their kid out there or something like that. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't believe them for a split second.
No, well, you get a lot of the here in Portland or anywhere, people on the bus who will ask someone, they're wearing a Vietnam veteran hat or a vest kind of thing, and they come up with the stories, hey, can you help me out? And people give money because they don't know that they're all fakes, but
Right.
or certainly most of them.
Yeah. There was a good stand-up comedian. It's like, I thought about joining the military when I was younger, but the thing that really got to me was like I didn't want to have to be homeless after.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of, well, there's not as many fucking panhandlers as like in Seattle, that's for sure. But I do see them on the intersections here, and it's really, really awful.
Yeah, most of those panhandlers now have developed their own YouTube channels, and that's where they do their panhandling, and some pays off and some don't. So, hey, 16 people watching at 2:30 in the morning. Unbelievable. Thanks, everybody.
I got to stop, otherwise I'm going to ruin all of my day tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to get up at 7 a.m., so I'm screwed now
boy.
as well.
Yeah.
So, well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I guess that'll do it.
Yeah. Great chatting to you.
Yeah.
I hope 24 comes around. I'll let you know how to download stuff.
All right. Well,
you watch your stuff on your computer, right?
yeah, everything on the PC or phone.
Well,
yeah,
that should be easy. Well, phone not so easy, but
yeah.
computer for sure.
Well, I don't know anything about how that's done, but yeah, maybe later we chat about it. So,
yeah. All right.
All right, great. Thank you, Aussie.
See you next time.
All right, see you. Good night. Bye bye. Diamond Dubsy. Yeah. We need Trump in Australia. We need Trump everywhere. Well, 17 people watching, but it is. What time is it? 20 minutes after 2 in the morning. Van Lux, help me withdraw my money, son. Right. So I'll hang on for one more minute, and then for any last minute channel donors, PayPal, Cash App, Ko-Fi, Super Chat, and then we'll close out the show. And thanks to Aussie Expat for a lot of talk tonight on the channel. It was great. Yeah. If I didn't have to get up at 7 a.m., I would just keep going. But actually, I don't know if I'll be able to get up. So I may have just ruined all my plans for tomorrow. But then again, Yeah, okay, Dubs. No, yeah, sure. Very good. I don't know if any of the other channels are on. They may be or may not. I don't know. But all right, thanks, everybody. Time to close out the show, and see you later. Good night.